Hey everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Welcome to Tremahia. It's still a little warm here in Southern California, but make yourselves comfortable and grab yourself. Well, we have a drink of the night.
Just
grab yourself. Just grab yourself and well, I said relax, right?
Yeah.
Tonight's drink of the night is
This is the hot shot.
the hot shot.
Round 2.
Round 2. We're going to redeem ourselves. All right, so.
It's not gonna work.
Okay, wait, I got you. We'll start with Guillermo. All right.
No, it's cool. I got
You got it? All right. Here we go. Well, there we go. This is a cool way to keep yourself nice and even hotter on a nice hot summer day. So cheers, everybody.
Yeah, great. God, it's stuck. It never works for me. It spilled all my goddamn foam. That was delicious.
If you're
Wow, that was really good.
Opinions, gentlemen?
Everyone takes 6 points of fire damage.
That was delicious. The paprika, dude, the paprika or the cayenne and the cinnamon is delicious.
Yeah, so here are the little secrets. It's got a little bit of the smoked maple bourbon on the bottom, and then you layer that with a little bit of Fireball rum. Top it off with a little 151 or Everclear if you're extra ballsy. And then you sprinkle on a little cinnamon and a couple pinches of cayenne pepper, and that will keep you warm for a good long time. So that's the hot shot.
The only problem with that is like when I put it out, like my hand got suctioned because of the heat.
The vacuum.
Yeah.
Killed all the oxygen, boom.
Yeah. But Guillermo, congratulations. You redeemed yourself from last time.
Yeah, didn't burn my face.
That's the exact way you do bloodletting. You go ahead and heat up the oxygen, or remove the oxygen out of a cup, put it on the human skin, and it sucks up all the blood out of it.
That's right.
It's a weird process.
Don't
So
do
if
that
you want to
every
be a
weekend.
19th century doctor,
Yeah,
that's how
exactly.
you do
And
it.
kill your family.
That's
Leeches
right.
too.
We are an educational Twitch stream.
Jesus.
You can look it up and refute me if you want. No, I won't. I will
And
actually
then I
not
will
refute
fuck
you.
you. Yeah.
that won't actually happen.
All
All right, guys. So the next announcements. Thank you for joining us at Comic-Con. For those of you that met up and all that, there was a cool little critter meetup, and it was a lot of fun. There was a bunch of other meetups that, and throughout the days, I should say, people kept coming up to me, and so hey, thank you guys for joining us and being a part of the bigger, crazier community that it is, the D&D community.
I'm sorry that we couldn't be there. We'll be there next time.
Yeah.
Next time, all of you.
Next time.
Okay, so the next announcement is Twitch Prime. So some of you have Amazon Prime. If you do, you get the wonderful, 3-day shipping, 2-day shipping, 1-day shipping, and all that for free and whatnot. You can activate Twitch Prime. And with Twitch Prime, you can subscribe to one channel free of your choice. You can choose any other channel. We prefer it to be us. And that's all I'll say.
But announcement after you're done.
Okay, well, just one moment. So, with the 20 sub goal, we're looking to get that 20 sub goal. We keep going up, but then we keep going down. So, it's still there.
You can do it.
Need your help right now.
At some point,
Listen to our bard.
yeah. At some point, you guys are gonna force me to make you a set,
Oh,
and that's just what's gonna be.
you
Now,
don't tell them that holding out will reward them, because then they'll hold out.
I'm just saying, maybe tonight, if they don't reach it, next week,
Oh.
it'll be a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, hold out. It's 1 week. I'll wait.
He's calling your bluff.
Yeah,
That's
really.
right. Poker face.
Wait. Wait. Damn, that's awesome. What a good deal.
All right, so in other words, spread the word, because it helps if other people are there to help sub, right? Okay.
Make us love.
Oh, can I do the next one?
Yes, you may.
Real quick, I wasn't able to go to San Diego Comic-Con this year, but last year I went because a talented friend of ours, Patrick Donahue, wrote and directed a really amazing fan-made sequel for Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog that I was actually able to participate as the villain in, which was a lot of fun.
Johnny Snow.
Yeah, though I couldn't make it this year, it did still actually play this year, so I'm sure no one knew about that, but...
I promoted it a little bit.
Nice, but you can actually go on YouTube and look up the Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog unofficial sequel and watch it there if you'd like.
I think you will be amazed at how good it is.
Yeah, I was pleasantly
Patrick
surprised.
does an amazing
Yes.
job.
I'm a part of it. Kristen's a part of it
Yeah,
as well.
that's right. We're all
so, yeah.
Except
We're
these two.
all in it.
Yeah.
You were there in spirit.
This side
I
of
was
the
there in
table is
spirit,
in
that's
it.
right.
But yeah, please guys, go in there. You will not be disappointed at all. It's an amazing thing. I've got friends who learned about it through their own way, and after mentioning it myself, like, oh my god, you're a part of it, and they know the lyrics. They came back,
so
yeah,
fun, right?
It's like it is. It's a lot
We
of fun.
had 2 halls full. I think they said it was a pretty full screening
yeah.
this year too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So yeah, go and if you want, leave a comment and a like for Patrick because he would really appreciate that. And everyone who's involved with that did a lot of hard work. It was like a month or
I think he
two.
announced
Just
something too.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know if I could say anything about
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
but-
he announced it. It's on Twitter.
Oh.
So I
It's
think
on
we
Twitter,
Can, if it's
so-
on Twitter, we can say it.
Patrick Donahue.
Was being made.
So, something.
So part
something.
3.
And
We're doing
potentially
part 3.
I might be reprising my role of Johnny
Oh, the
Snow.
dude. Oh my god.
If you
Maybe.
want to hear Guillermo's beautiful voice sing things that are not made up on the spot,
No kidding. No
Rap
kidding.
battle.
Yeah.
Thanks.
2 words. Rap battle.
Rap battle.
All right, let's bring it down.
Done.
Several
Second.
notches.
You're all dead.
you're all about to die.
Into the dire states that they are all in.
Dire Straits.
Last time on Welcome to Tremahia, the Fatebound made their way to the south passage that hugged the Dragon Jaw Mountain. The Dragon Jaw Mountain range, I should say, and overlooked the Windwalk Valley as the siege was taking place. They decided to camp out for the night just before and rested up, but they didn't go as planned. Amalthea set her wolf, Camille, to see if she can find organization within the cultists. After a long time and not returning back, Amalthea howls into the night. But it is without consequence. Or it is not without consequence. Eventually, a group of cultists scouting the area overheard and infiltrated their campsite and took them hostage, bringing them back to the cultist siege camp. Trixie was the only one that managed to avoid capture by being completely invisible. The rest got thrown into large cages and locked up with manacles. Trixie witnessed a man being interrogated and then gutted and disemboweled.
Not much of an interrogation.
yeah. Do you like your guts out? No? Too bad!
And after a while, the Fatebound decided to cause a ruckus and attract the attention of 3 cultists. And in an effort to maybe even have one of them distracted, the situation became dire as Jingles was taken from the cage when he mentioned that he knew information about the keep. They dragged him through the dirt and put him in a noose around his neck. And right when the interrogator began to draw his blade, Hylene summoned her horse, Helios, and began attacking this cultist, attempting to cause a distraction. Just then, a large, flaming
Incendiary ball.
Incendiary ball, a hot shot, if you will, came hurling down and just ignited and exploded, causing everyone to essentially get knocked prone and become ablaze. And that is exactly where we pick
I'm
up.
ablaze.
Wait,
So,
we're all on
we
fire,
we
too?
join our heroes on fire.
Join our heroes
Screaming.
on fire. Oh yeah, we do. As a matter of fact.
We've had better starts than today, I think.
So, as you guys are watching, the battle continues around you. The trebuchets are still firing, as other areas have also been hit by these large explosions and whatnot. But there doesn't seem to be any kind of letdown. Everyone is just charging forward and doing what they can to keep the siege up. You guys, however, are all laying down unconscious. You guys have a really loud ringing in your ear. Everyone make a perception check as you try to figure out what's going on around here right now.
Come on, dice.
19.
Modified 20.
11.
Oi. Sorry.
Oh, modified 21.
Is it normal or disadvantage?
Oh yes, I'm sorry. It is at disadvantage.
I am sorry.
Son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. I
Because
legitimately.
everyone-
I
Hey, natural
remember-
20! Fuck! Damn it.
It's a 19.
Still 21.
21, yeah.
Still 21, yeah.
What are you worried about?
He's mad that he got a natural 20.
Yeah.
Yes, he says you not modified 21. I got a
14.
10.
10.
Yeah, so the blind and now nearly deaf man is like, I know what's
And
going
Jingles,
on.
you're at
99999.
All right.
Did you take the full blast last time, or did
No.
you take half blast?
Essentially,
half
Donash, you're the only one, even though you're blind right now, even the explosion knocked you.
It's not gonna be helpful for anybody,
The,
I'm
the
sorry.
explosion knocked you against the edge of the cage, and you hit a couple of the rungs there, and you fell down. you're coming to right now. You're noticing that the body of Hylene is down on the ground, not unconscious, but just kind of steering as well. Dorian as well is nearby, and as you kind of come to, you lift yourself up. You begin to hear all these screams and everything's ablaze right now. You can feel the heat, the immense heat off this one source, off to your essentially your east northeast, and it's just you hear the fire at this point. Trixie, you're next. You get up between the crates. You look at essentially where this giant crater is now formed.
Used to be Helios.
And used to
He
be
went
Jingles.
back to this. He's okay. Let me just put point of order here because he's my fine steed. He's technically a celestial, so he didn't die. He just went back to where he came from.
He was like, peace, good luck.
So you see essentially a giant crater formed in front of you. You don't see Jingles.
I don't see Jingles.
You don't see Jingles.
No. I'm a little sad.
Oh, okay, all right. That's the
Hylene.
better follow-up to that.
You come to eventually at some point, and you see orange glow behind you. You look back. You see now Donish kind of like looking, trying to see anything at all. You eventually feel Trixie within your proximity. You look back at Dorian, and you see him still kind of not unconscious, but just kind of rubbing his head as you see a little bit of smoldering ash kind of like lick at his head. He's kind of just pass it out. Eventually, you're kind of pat yourself down.
Making sure I'm not on fire.
What do you do here? Because everyone here is now going to roll initiative.
First,
Fuck.
okay.
Oh.
Am I doing something before rolling initiative?
Just barely.
All right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to see who is around me within like a 30-foot radius and who is looking at me.
Okay, what you see with your perception check of 9 is not a whole lot, to be honest. There are flames everywhere. Everything is bathed in a really bright orange and yellow light, including yourself. And as you kind of get up, you see a little bit of blood drip from your lips and fall onto now this weird hardened glassy sand beneath you, and you're realizing that this is because of the blast behind you.
Yeah.
You look right behind you, you see the flames hitting 20 feet high. Everything around you is lit on fire. You just barely put yourself out as you brought up yourself up. But you see a number now of cultists kind of laying on the ground. They're getting up as well.
Sorry. Okay. Do I see the guy, the guy who had the sword to my throat?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation. All right. Come on. 20.
You see him almost nearby. He's actually laying on the ground as well, and he's kind of about to kind of lift himself up. He's just
Is
his
there
dagger's no longer in his hand.
Is there fire near him?
There is fire everywhere.
Excellent. I would like to
We're
cast.
in hell.
I would like to
Literally.
cast Control Flames, and I would like to expand the fire 5 feet to catch him on fire.
Okay, you may do so.
Can you control like the tendrils of the flames?
I can only control it, I think, within 5 feet. Like I can.
Oh, I
I
was
can
gonna
make
say that
it
you
do
can make it
pretty
like snake
pictures
into
and-
his nostrils.
Yeah, I can make it do
Joke.
pretty pictures and things like that. I can stretch it. Any flame. Wait a second. Does the flame fit into a 5-foot cube? Is like the flame itself?
I mean, there are many sources to pull from
Okay,
at this
right.
point, so it really doesn't matter.
Excellent.
There literally is a giant crater, not 10 feet from him.
Light
that is
him
just,
the hell up!
boom. All right. Do you have to roll for anything, or does he have to roll?
Nope, it's not really a roll. It's more for flavor. So.
Okay, cool. You know,
Yep.
I'm going to roll for him to see if he, for one, notices it as he's waking up. Now, you watch the lower parts of his robes just catch on fire and begin to kind of slowly work their way up. Now, again, everything is lit up, and he kind of seems to have put a flame of earlier out. He's just kind of waking up, and he looks around and sees now his robes are starting to come up on fire. So he just dives back down on the ground, starts to do his little stop, drop, and roll, and just that's all he's doing right now.
Good.
All right, now
Now
roll initiative.
Oh, that was kind of cool.
I'm so pissed
20
I
up?
wasted my natural 20 on
know.
a fucking disadvantage.
20 up.
21.
21. 15 up.
19.
19. I knew you were gonna go for that.
Yeah.
So.
That was me trying to add
is-
2 to 17, and it took way too long. Because I didn't know if
This
I
is
had
gonna be
more
a
initiative.
great
or not.
night for math, right?
Right.
Yes.
All right,
Jesus.
10 up,
12.
12, and then what?
Every time. 8.
8.
Well, the one who's free. That sucks.
I
That
know.
really sucks.
And I have good initiative.
Yeah.
Ooh, Dorian is going last.
Hey. It's a nice little consolation that the DM gave you.
First.
Yeah.
Who else amongst you do I need to hit?
What?
I'm gonna,
Wait, what?
Amalthea?
as far as initiative. Okay, cool. So I have a few other things going on. Don't
Can
worry about
Muggsy
it.
take agency and roll initiative as well?
So
That'd be so productive.
I
Interesting
don't know
thing
where
about
he is.
you don't know where he is.
He's just a puddle.
I mean,
He's
Don't
just-
he's not.
even
He's not
say
near
that.
us.
No,
I was
he's-
gonna say he's not near us.
No?
They weren't even really paying that much attention to.
So when we got captured, he was taken
Oh,
away.
shit.
In burlap sack. and
Yep,
take it
burlap
somewhere
sap.
else.
Or I can speak.
Hey,
It's a kidnap.
would he,
It's a clay nap.
since he's a construct, would he be considered an object?
Oh,
Well, no,
I'm
that's a-
sorry, buddy.
No,
For this-
there's a reason I'm asking that, I promise.
That is a wonderful question. I'll
Chat,
have you.
please speak up.
I'll have you. At
Vote,
this,
vote yes if you want him to be an object.
Mudgies are people too.
it'd be great if they voted no, though.
Yeah, like fuck
Unanimously.
Muggsy. Like, oh my
That'd be so
god.
sad.
What are we doing?
Like finally we can kill off a shitty character. It's like Jesus,
Okay.
chat. Yeah. No, the chat was saying that. You missed the joke. I love Muggsy.
Mugsy, you're not.
And the podium comes out. Yeah. To you.
But really,
Fucking
tell us
monster.
how you really feel. Okay, well, Jingles, you're technically up first.
Because I have located object.
Douchebag's rolling on the ground, right?
He's currently prone on the ground.
I'm in a cage.
You're in a cage? I have no weapons, right?
You currently don't have any weapons, but you don't. What was your focus?
My focus is my ring.
You're fine.
Okay, awesome. All right. Can I scour the ground and see if those daggers, the blade that he had, was near him?
Make an investigation check.
Okay, all right. That's not so good. That's a 10.
10. Actually, it's still just enough. With the light everywhere, we're kind of watching everything. You see a glint on the ground. And actually, you see several glints, as a few of these other cultists have also fallen to the ground somewhat prone and lost their weapons as well. You see a few little short swords and axes and whatnot. You do see the very distinct ceremonial dagger that he had, just about 20 feet from you.
Where the hell am I?
You're currently right next to that.
Shit. Okay,
Yep.
all right.
And I will use this as.
A gummy bear? Oh.
Where do you see a gummy? Oh, the
gummy
flame.
bear.
I thought the flame was a gummy bear for a second. So that is...
Down somewhere
Yeah, no
in there
shit.
and everywhere.
All right, and where is Douchebag?
He's currently on. That's the
That's
gummy
him?
bear.
Okay, that's the gummy bear. He's on fire.
Gummy
and,
bear cultist.
and these dudes are all
It's actually his
legit,
name,
like
it's
they're...
Gumar.
They're there. They're on the
there?
ground though.
Are they coherent? Like, are they moving or are they dead?
A few of them are dead. A few of them are. You can see as you kind of, as your hearing kind of comes back, you start to see what is making noise, what isn't. The flames are currently just taking over most of the tents nearby
So
are
it's just,
lit up.
just fire
Yeah.
everywhere.
You have the tent to your south there is starting to catch on fire. It didn't initially, but then you see like the flames start to kind of just continue up, right? There are, as these lights come up, you see the movement of a few, and not so much of the rest of them. So you have about half and half are destroyed. You see limbs completely missing. People are bisected.
This is Black Hawk Down shit right here.
And also the area that you were at anyway had a bunch of bodies. And those were also scattered to the wind when the ammunition kind of went off.
Okay, alright.
All they are is dust in the wind.
You know what? I'm going to hop to my feet.
Okay. Half movement. You're good.
Half movement.
You're right there.
Is anybody looking at me right now?
Do I have an audience?
Do I have an audience?
You watch as two people kind of wake up from their stupor. They're looking around. They notice you, but they seem to be still dazed at the entirety of this whole thing.
I would like to use my movement as best I can. I'd like to see if I can get right in the heart of the crater around the fire. So like putting the fire between me and the other people.
Okay.
If I have enough feet of movement to do it.
Let's see. You had 15, right?
I had 15 left.
1, 2, 3, essentially. You're right there.
Okay.
As you look around the other side, you start to notice that there are other.
Well, that would be nice to know ahead of time.
Yeah. That's
You
right.
couldn't see it.
That's all right. That's all right.
But they're also on the ground. Everyone's on the ground.
That's
At
perfect.
this point.
I'm going to crouch down.
Okay.
And I'm going to use.
You technically would get cover from the crater, from the impact of the crater. It's got like an indentation, and where you're at it's lower by about like 5 feet. So you can.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You know what? Then I'm just going to duck down a little bit, and I am going to try and focus my mind on exactly what that interrogator looked like, and I would like to use alter self to turn myself into him.
All right. Make a performance. No. Yeah, a performance check. See how well you pull this off.
While he's doing that, can I see him now that he's come around the other side of the fire?
That is
not just
He's
yet.
here.
Not just yet.
Unnatural
Okay,
20.
so I don't see
Unnatural
him.
20.
Oh shit.
Cool. You
That's not
as you were
No,
getting up and you
something else.
lit him up
Oh.
on fire, you watched his face. You saw him initially when he pulled a dagger out on you.
I was going to say, you remember the face of
You
someone
saw.
who's going to eviscerate you.
Now, initially he had a black like sash over his mouth, but he pulled it down to talk to you as he laughed and snarled.
Sucker. And I make sure to get that nasty little
Yeah.
spike he's got in the back. Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
We're all
So
concerned for you.
This-
Yeah.
now, Donesh, you're up.
Okay.
You start to see the other people in the other cages kind of stir up with you that are next to you.
So I'm looking around and I see that Hylene and Dorian are in the same cage as me, right?
Yes.
And Amalthea too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I see them in the cages, and I look to them and I see that they're still kind of reeling from the blast. And I look at the lock and I'm trying to like shake open the door, which obviously is not budging, right? I'm trying to open it up and I just.
Make a strength check.
Okay.
Don't worry, I believe in your 9 strength.
Natural 4.
Oh, you got my hopes.
I was like, 2 in the game already.
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck, there's the door. No, it's natural 4.
Okay.
So it's still locked. Right. And so,
No.
so as I do that, in a fit of panic and also like in a complete tremor of anxiety because I don't want my friends to get hurt now we're in this situation, I try to remember what exactly the lessons I learned from the barbarians and that moment that I had against the wasps where this force came out of me.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to channel that and then just in a very like Freddie Mercury way. Actually, I don't know if I can do this without clipping the microphone.
No. Shoot it up, boy.
I'm not gonna. So if anyone can imagine a Freddie Mercury kind of like, but it's funny because it's like in desperation, so it's just like, like that, just kind of, right? It does. Yeah. I'm gonna hopefully cast Thunderwave by that.
Oh, okay.
In front of me to project out.
Roll to hit because you have to roll. Or no, well,
I think it's a save.
saving throw.
Here's
It's
my
saving throw.
question. Here's my question.
Yeah.
I did notice Trixie.
I'm not invisible anymore, so I'm.
So, but you said I had noticed Trixie
You
when I
noticed her.
Yeah.
So
she's-
in that, okay, knowing that because it will hit you, because I can move. She's
No.
right there.
Yeah, I know. The door's the opposite way.
Oh,
Great.
perfect.
Then I do it.
I mean, if you want the door to be there, I will.
Well,
no,
that's
no,
actually
no,
great.
no, no,
That's totally fine.
No.
Okay.
I want
Not
the door.
impressive.
So I was gonna say I'm gonna hold my action and say move. Like that. So I'm gonna
Roll to understand.
roll to clap.
Inspired by his presence.
Right. That's what I'm gonna
Thunder
do.
wave, you say.
Yes, and you can put it at the edge of your being as what I'm.
Okay, so essentially this is an object. So unsecured objects are completely within the
10
area
feet.
are automatically pushed 10 feet. I just want you to roll your damage.
Okay.
Because it would auto fail its wisdom saving throw. Constitution saving throw.
It's a
but,
lock. Yeah. Hinges and lock.
I just want you to roll the damage at this point, so it's 2d8.
Okay. I don't want. I'm scared. Okay.
Yeah, no pressure. It's just the fate of your friends.
I also have. Do I still have 2? No, I have 1. Well, no, I can't do that. That's a different thing. Show me breakage. 6.
6 damage. Now, this thunder wave does continue out further beyond your general area, right? So you're not just dealing with the front gate or the front door, but the dust around you. As you now hear this thunder, essentially around you, everyone completely looks around at you.
Jiggles
Dorian,
cover.
Yeah.
Dorian, Hylene, and Amalfi just immediately turn back around because they noticed that the blast was on the opposite direction,
Sure.
right? Now all of a sudden it's this way, and they're wondering what that was. They see you standing essentially kind of like a Kamehameha position. The door is still there, but it seems like now there's a little bit of
Give?
It shakes a little bit, and one of the hinges
is
is somewhat.
space to a skinny 5'5", 122-pound man to fit through?
No, it's
Sorry,
essentially.
drow.
You have about a 3-inch gap on the top outward, and inward, and a 3-inch gap on the bottom outward.
Okay.
So you can't really fit in there, but
Great. So
you
at
are skewed
that
so-
moment, then I look back and I turn around as a bonus action.
The bonus action.
To Hylene and Dory, and I try to wake them up.
Okay.
And just start yelling. I go, "We need to get out of here. We need to break the door."
Am I next?
That's all I have.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Good timing.
Alright, so I'm gonna kind of stumble up because I'm hurting pretty bad right now. And I'm gonna walk over to the door and I can see that it's been damaged, so I'm just gonna try to push it.
Okay, strength check.
Alright, strength.
No advantage.
43.
That is 15.
15 total. Now, it is obviously you heard what just happened. You saw the result. You look at the hinge a little bit, and you're like, well, if I just, without even using your hands, just kind of give it a good kick, and you watch the top hinge is still there. It just twists
a
with
doggy
the
door.
metal, essentially.
shit.
And now the bottom hinge is just gone, and now this door it's not going to close anymore. Everyone is essentially free at this point.
Alright.
So, this is your action. You have a little bit of movement left, and you can say anything if you want.
Alright, so I'm just like kind of. Who's hurt? How bad are Amalthea and Dorian?
Everyone seems to be. Everyone is covered in like soot. So
Nice.
this
Yeah.
this whole explosion has almost blackened all of you, just with this soot, general
Okay.
soot, and there's still ash falling from the general area. As you start to notice now too, make a perception check.
Just a giant piece of like iron.
20.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Natural
does
20.
it?
Natural 20.
Oh!
Perception.
As you
Damn.
go ahead,
Now I'm
after you
awake.
kick the door out, you walk out a little bit, and you start to see there are more of these incendiaries coming over from the keep.
Oh shit.
And this is the first time you've seen this in the long time you've actually witnessed this whole battle go on.
Do I
it
see
seems
like the general area where they might land?
With the natural 20, yeah, and you think most of these projectiles seem to be kind of going over towards like the larger clusters of where like the flames are, and they're trying to get their aim. They're trying to true up their aim essentially.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we're
then.
safe.
Hylene took calculus.
However,
Yeah, right.
However, there are other trebuchets that are currently being built, and they're being built fast now. Remember how there was one right in front of you, essentially, and it's now firing back. Same kind of deal. They're lighting their ammunition on fire as well. These giant projectiles, just essentially meteors in the sky, going back and forth now.
Could you fucking imagine?
Okay.
So,
So I am going to move back to the people in the cage, and I'm going to try to lift up. I'm going to lift up Hylene because she's a lot lighter than Dorian.
You know, yeah.
Amalthea, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
you are taking
yes.
yourself.
You can jump. Like, wow, it's easy.
So I'm gonna help Amalthea up, and then I'm gonna help Dorian up, and I'm gonna just kind of grab hands and start running in the opposite direction of where.
And as she does that, I follow behind her, but I go, well, I loosened it for you.
Now, at this point, you can grab only 2 hands. There are
That's
3
fine.
other people within you, and you can't really get. You've done a lot, so I'm gonna have you essentially right near the door as you're kind of dragging them out, and they all have the sense of like, yeah, we need to get out of here, right? They're all
Yeah.
looking like that. All right, so
So I'm gonna, as I come out though, first I'm gonna turn to Don Ash and just kind of point to the projectiles in the sky, and just so that you know, we are going in the opposite direction of that.
Are you saying that in character? Because I'm not getting that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's been a long weekend.
Yeah. So you got let me know. Use your words.
Don Ash, grab onto Amalthea's other hand and follow me.
Already there. And I started picking her up.
All right.
If you'll let.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, she seems to be a little bit hesitant now. She's come to, and she seems to just like, oh, I have to go find Camille.
Let's find
And
cover
she's-
first, and then we will find
She's
Camille.
kind of like,
I grab her by the face and I go, we need to get far and safe. Your dog is fine. Your wolf is fine.
Wow. She hits
We
him with
need
a
to
crowbar.
And I kiss her on the forehead. I go, come on, and I yank her up.
okay. Which direction are you going from this position?
Were they all headed over here? The projectiles were headed in this direction?
All the projectiles are landing everywhere around you.
Okay, but you said they were clustering in one area.
No. Okay, there are main siege camps
Okay.
within this whole battlefield, right?
For, like,
You
big-
are technically
yeah.
part of one siege camp. However, as you look around, you notice that you're kind of on the outskirts of this bigger camp. There's a lot more flames that are not from the result of their trebuchets, and more just like braziers and campfires.
Yeah,
Okay,
Camp
so
And
can I?
That's where they're trying to true up their aim. Just the first one happened to be where you guys
Okay,
go.
so basically, like wherever they're truing up their aim, I'm moving away from that. So I don't know like where on the
Well, yeah,
map
we don't
they
want to
would
go
be.
thicker into the camp.
Yes.
For
Yeah,
sure.
essentially,
do
it would
we want
be
to go closer
kind-
to the keep or further from the keep?
Well, what are you trying to do? Ultimately,
Is that a question for us or him?
That's
I'm
a
trying
kind
to
of
get them out of here.
I was gonna say
I'm trying to
'cause
get them out of danger. Is
it
basically
sounds
what I'm
like
trying to do.
it sounds like Hylane wants to go away from the war camps because that's where all the fireballs seem to be heading. So are the war camps deeper inside the camp, or are they closer to the walls of the keep?
they are, for the most part, like there are a few that are up near the front lines, right? As more of the higher generals, if you will, would be. And they're essentially those are the ones that are putting on the foot soldier traffic. They're the ones that are pushing on foot.
Right.
Whereas the behind camps are the ones that are laying down the artillery from above. All
Okay.
the salvo and whatnot.
And one
from
last
above.
question, just to the DM:
Mhm.
how far away are we from the keep?
You guys are about, I want to say, several hundred yards. So
Wow.
I will say like 200 yards. You
Wow.
can see it,
Okay.
and it's kind of hard.
Football field.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
The only
Gonna have to
reason why
Usain
you can
Bolt
see
this shit.
the only reason why you can see it is because the now they're sending incendiary devices back over to you, or
Okay.
flames lit projectiles, flaming projectiles. So here's the thing. It is Trixie's turn. Now I know you're leading up, but you don't have much movement anymore after what you
Yeah.
did. So you're still essentially
Yeah, I'm
right
still.
next to
I'm
the.
basically. I'm
yeah.
trying to figure out where to go
Okay.
at this point.
All right.
Yeah.
Trixie, what do you do? Now you said you wanted to initially see if you see him.
Oh no, that's not. Well,
Well, okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
12.
12. All right. You're watching this chaos. You don't really see him.
Okay.
You see a cultist kind of move around now towards the side there, and then you start to
Oh,
see.
that's true because I'm not gonna see him. So.
Right. So you start to see this guy over here get up. This guy seems to be lifeless and not moving.
Perfect. First things first, I'm gonna roll a concentration check to see if my detect thoughts is still.
Perfect. Yes, please do so.
Dope.
Nope.
Ah.
Lost it.
All right,
Well,
so-
makes sense.
Yeah.
Near
That was
the-
where it was rough.
That's a
Yeah.
big meteor, yeah.
The hearing, your hearing is lost, and just the.
Disappointing.
You're-
I had such plans.
Your thoughts are lost with the thought of
What the fuck was that?
Okay. What else did you?
So you said this is a.
It seems to be a
Dead-looking?
lifeless body. Actually, well, go ahead and make a. Oh, you already made a perception, right? It was a.
It was 12, I think.
12. Okay. With that, you can see that this guy is actually just torn. He's got like a piece of his like upper torso just missing, and
How do his clothes look? Are they in one piece?
What piece
Except
of torso
for
is
that piece
missing?
that's missing.
yeah.
yes.
What do you imagine
Make a
kids-
midriff out of it. I mean,
Imagine if you
crop
will,
top.
as you kind of like look close, you're trying to like examine it.
Yes.
The clothes actually look fairly decent. There are some singe marks, but everyone now has singe marks. The thing you do notice that there is a large like wooden ember sitting in the ground next to him. You think that was the projectile that flew into him, cauterized the wound essentially,
Oh.
but to no avail. and then singed the whole area around, so it didn't really like bleed him out. And there's a hole there.
So you're just gonna have this part of your outfit
No one will
missing.
question
Nobody
me.
will worry.
I would like to go try and.
That would be actually so dope if you did that. If you disrobed and put that on, that'd be like in like
That's
through
exactly
this
what I'm
battlefield.
gonna do.
Sorry.
That is my plan.
Yeah, sorry.
Like I read that too. Come
Right.
on.
No, but I mean like, but with like the breast exposed. So I'm saying like that would be really dope.
Oh.
That's what I was saying.
I'm gonna have something on it.
No, I was like,
She's
if you
not
a
a
warrior
nudist.
just like going through, that'd be dope. I was going for the nudity. That's what I was saying.
That's all right. I'm right there too.
And
Yeah.
our PG-13 rating just went out the window.
I mean, battle. Like,
Shut
you
down
don't worry about
every
missiles in
time.
battle.
I'm
Like-
teasing.
Alright.
Thank you for clarifying because I did not get that before you said it.
Right.
Take it up with the FCC.
Trixie
Yep.
would like to. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Tiny step.
Here.
Okay.
And she's gonna. Can she? I don't know what's action, what's not action, but can she try and dash with the cunning action, but take? Oh yeah. And
You
then
could.
carry. I want to drag him so people don't see me putting on his.
You have enough movement to do so, I think. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you'll get.
Because as a bonus action, I
Yeah,
can.
you'll get where you'll place his body right there. You can get right there. You'll place his body right there, so he'll still be
Perfect.
somewhat exposed, and this guy right here is essentially watching you do the whole thing.
Honestly,
That's fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But by the way, and I didn't say this before, but when Trixie was hiding, she has her hush dagger in her hand. just in
Yeah,
case.
I do remember that. I said remember. Okay, cool. Go ahead. So yeah, you can grab him, put him there. Essentially,
How's
right.
that?
All right. Now, as you do so, this cultist is kind of essentially putting out the flames. He looks back. He sees you as the main leader. And he's like, he watches you come out of the woodwork, stealth over, just watching him, and he watches you take a body.
lock eyes with him the entire way.
Essentially, yeah. And he just questioned him. Just
Does
Honestly-
Jingles witness this shit happen?
you don't have to roll for it. You watch it happen.
The
Now-
stealthiest.
Now you watch this cultist go to grab his dagger.
Do
and
I
he's-
still have an action, by the way, since that was my cunning action? As a bonus
You
Well,
action?
do
the-
this as your action.
Moving
the dragging
yeah.
of the body was
Is it?
an
Okay.
action, yeah. Much like
Point to the body.
opening the door was her
Yeah.
action.
Okay, that's fine.
So you're there now. You essentially you positioned him to the point where
I can disrobe him.
yeah,
as an action.
exactly, yeah, as an action. Yeah.
Right.
Let it
I
be known
want
for the
to.
people at home. Disrobing is an action. Disrobing someone else is an action.
An action usually saved for consensual purposes.
Usually.
Thank you for throwing that in, Guillermo.
Very welcome.
You're a good influence on your kids.
All right, you guys watch as another off in the distance now.
I don't know.
To the south, and you imagine as you're watching up, as you're pulling everyone out to Helene, you begin to think that they're essentially bringing it more towards the south end, where the main camp is at. You're on the periphery of this one camp, yeah. All right, so it is Amalthea's turn. Go ahead and make a dexterity save as she goes to retch
Please.
her hand from you.
Every time. You're really good at this. Dexterity saving throw?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, not save throw. Check.
Just check. Okay, 16.
16.
A
Okay.
whopping sweet 16.
She tied with you, so you watch. She does free herself. The tie goes to the
Okay.
the one
The
victor.
The victor. So
It doesn't make
you watch her hand get freed up. As you're kind of pulling her, right? She doesn't give you any kind of
Sure.
any tension whatsoever.
Sure.
So you don't expect it, and then all of a sudden,
And I turn around and I go, we
She's-
need to go!
she's running now. She's trying to drastically. She's running kind of in an opposite direction. She's running for the few tents that are not ablaze at this point.
And so I look towards Highland and I go, Highland, she's running away!
We will.
Like Highland comma, she's running away.
We will go ahead and do this essentially. Now she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's going to try.
Am I able to see where she's going as well?
Not just yet. So
So
now
I look to Highland, I mean, if you want to allow
Dorian-
here.
Dorian is going to. No, he's also now he's holding on to your shoulder. You're not necessarily grabbing onto him. He's kind of like you're leading him, if you will. He goes to just pause for a moment and thinks for the better of it, and then continues on with you. He doesn't necessarily do anything, but he looks towards both of you and goes, "Which one of you are hurt?"
We're all hurt.
Everybody is
Do I
hurt.
hear him from?
Yes.
Right
As
where
you
you're
like
at,
disrobe
yes.
this
Yeah.
man, you're
Yeah.
like, yo.
There's this little hand pops up behind the boxes.
Unfortunately, he does not see it as you are through the both
Yeah,
the in the middle of the crates that you're currently in, and then also
He
behind.
doesn't notice the little hand
He
pop
doesn't.
up.
I know it's really kind
Teeniest
of hard.
hand.
Little shit.
So I would say,
You watch as he goes to kind of cast something, and then he just stops.
to me,
No, he's going to cast. He himself is going to cast something.
can I grab his
and then-
hands?
And he stops. No, he stops.
Okay.
I need to get out of here. And he looks around. Where are the others?
Amalthea just ran away.
I understand that. Where are
I'm
the
going
others?
to find her. You guys get to
No,
safety.
stay here. How are you on a horse?
What?
Of course. What are you thinking?
Hold my action.
You see?
No. It's not my turn yet.
All right. So now,
In a moment of little RP, I go, we need to find Amalthea. I cannot leave her.
I will find Amalthea. You need to stay with Dorian. Please.
You make sure that you do.
I will find Amalthea.
And Godspeed.
okay. So, here's the deal.
Yes.
One,
Athena speed.
three. Sorry, this guy is dead. So you watch as a few of these cultists start to begin to rise up. Malthea sees this, Trixie, you see this, and you, Jingles, as you're kind of walking around the flames now, you begin to kind of hear rustling. Amongst all the ash and the soot just kind of kicked up everywhere, you begin to see people stirring, and you know the cultists are essentially padding
They're
their armor out,
back
their leathers and
They're
everything.
tough.
They are tough.
A lot of them are looking very, very bad.
Okay.
Much like you guys are.
I was gonna say.
Much like you
I'd
are,
say
absolutely.
Slim pickings, but
Yeah. Start throwing daggers.
yeah, easy
Dead,
pickings.
dead,
All
alive,
right.
dead,
So
dead.
they're going to make their perception checks. This guy saw you.
Yeah.
He is going to 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he can make it over here.
Those guys' priors are fucked. Like, he's really gonna matter about some guy getting undressed. It's just like...
He's actually going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
yell
6.
at him. What the hell are you doing?
Yes, lover,
1, 2,
you don't
3.
know.
Right?
We don't
He's
know.
ruining my plan.
He's like, hey, he's very sensitive about his manhood
They have
as he
a
comes
special-
over towards you.
A very special
All right.
bond.
Yeah.
So they've all actually kind of gathered near the guy who seems to be the ceremonial dagger wielder. He has he's gone back, picked up his dagger, and is now kind of regrouping with his mate, if you will.
His-
the other cultists.
So wait, the one that, to clarify for
fellow.
me
Fellow,
and
it's okay,
potentially your
alright.
audience,
No, he's me.
so the one that you are imitating has picked up the dagger and is alive?
Yes, he is alive.
That is not good.
No, that's not the best.
Oh, you can have that moment like, he's me, I'm him,
That's
kill
what
him!
If I
and
get
you
caught,
pull
that's
it.
what I'm gonna do.
All right.
I'll stop fucking up the plots. Shouldn't give me that shot, bro.
So, are you like transversing time now?
Or mind
You guys
melting.
will breach the keep.
Yeah. You're like, stop fucking up the plot.
Here, take over. Come on.
Yeah, right.
All right. So, Jingles. Well, it's going to be your turn, but you start to hear the leader begin to essentially say, "Find them all, kill them all,
Sounds like a Skeksis.
and put out these fires. Fools, do it quick!" And he begins to kind of just walk around
I'm
now.
sure someone's into that.
Over to this. Oh, sorry. This direction. And they begin to just kind of wander around. They're more meandering, more or less, and just trying to figure out, make heads or tails of the situation. It is your turn currently. You
All
see
right.
this guy come up. Oh, sorry. So, just a moment.
No problem.
This cultist.
To kill a character. Hold on.
Hoping he wasn't gonna
This
attack me.
cultist.
I was gonna say I'm gonna have some words with him. I'm gonna have some rather stern words with him as the interrogator.
Let this woman take your clothes. What are you doing? Things are on fire.
Saying,
Yeah.
probably wouldn't
We
mind.
literally
Yeah, right.
just got bombarded by a trebuchet. You
The
have to have
odd
better
thing
things to
about
do.
this cultist is that he went to go reach for his blade. It's no longer with him. He couldn't find it, but he decided that he must go after you at the very least. Now he sees that you have a dagger out. You're about to essentially begin to carve this guy up somewhat, right?
Jesus Christ.
And I mean,
Where his
for the-
skin. My God.
does
I'm sure they've
oh,
done
it's a
that
natural
to
19. I'm sure that hits. So he's going to only do
It's gonna flick me, right?
2 points of damage.
I can handle that. I'm
He's
still up.
He sneezes
second
violently in
attack.
your face.
Oh, a second attack.
Second attack. a natural 10 plus 3, so I assume that's not gonna hit. He begins to just kind of claw at you. Not really so much, not so much a hit, but he's got these long fingernails, and he begins to just kind of like claw you this way. He gets you good a little bit, right across the temple and the forehead, and you're ducky now at this point. So
Jiggles is just gonna keep like a radius from.
you know.
Jiggles doesn't exist right now.
Patient 0 over here.
I just imagine like Trixie like looking up after like being scratched, be like, "You bitch!"
How dare you?
You scratch? Right? You just like.
Oh shit!
Another blast to the south now. A little bit further at this point, and it just. You begin to hear a bunch more screams as flames begin to engulf that entire area now too. It seems like now the entire south of the entire southern view is just ablaze. You can't even see past them now to the other areas.
Nice.
It's just a big glowing source of light.
He was Zetona was like, "Fuck this shit. We've been doing this for 3 days. Time
They
to
didn't
kill."
need our help.
Yeah, apparently not.
All right. Can Jingles see over the edge of the thing? Like, because I can see.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, because it's not that, it's like a little less than 5 feet high. So you've got probably like, a foot and a half of just like,
Okay, perfect. And nobody is looking in the crater right now.
Currently,
right?
no one is in the crater. It seems to be tending to the fires that are catching on the various wagons and carts and other tents that are there.
All right, I am going to use my bonus action to use my meta magic. I would like, or not my meta magic, my flexible casting, because I am all fresh out of sorcery points. I'm going to convert my level 1 spell slot into 1 sorcery point. So, as a bonus action, I'd like to convert 1 spell slot into a sorcery point. That's a Sharpie. I don't want to use that. So, mark that off. And then
Permanently have a sorcery point removed.
Can Jingles see this little guy up here? I don't know if the map can see it, but there's a little.
Make a investigation check
Okay.
as you're looking around for various objects.
Yeah, various objects is oh shit, that's a natural 2.
Natural 2.
Yeah.
You're literally the flames are starting to kind
starting
of
to get warm.
Yeah, and it's too bright. Your eyes don't focus through the night.
All right,
see that.
that's fine.
But there are many other objects lying around. There are literally now thousands of little tiny pebbles that have been unearthed because of the explosion.
Is there any sort of debris that is on the ground over in this
Yes,
area?
there are several small wooden like beams. The beam that had the noose that was around your neck is essentially broken, and they are everywhere. In fact, because it was around your neck, you kind of got flung off of it. The noose is still there too. It's just kind of you have like a 1 foot broken beam where the noose was tied to, and the noose is still connected to it.
Would you say that would be within 5 to 10 pounds?
It's over 5, but under 10.
Good enough.
East of the moon and west of the sun.
Second level, I'd like to
Okay.
subtle spell. Use that sorcery point for subtle spell.
Okay.
And I would like to, without any sort of hint that I'm doing anything, I would like to make that little piece of wood fly from over in this direction over at the guy.
Okay.
Ooh, sharp point first.
Sharp point, ideally, yes. If I can stab him in the face, that'd be great.
Go ahead and also roll on the other table for this because
Son of a bitch, that's right.
I don't like how cavalier you were about that phrase.
All right, that is a natural 16 and no surge.
okay.
Natural
So
16 and no surge.
you do hit, and go ahead and roll for damage at this point because
Alright.
it's a catapult, right?
That is a catapult at 2nd level, so that's going to be 4d8.
Jesus.
Bless you.
Sorry.
4d8. All right, I'm going to need assistance with this one. Is this a d? That's a
Nope.
d12. Is this a d8?
No, that's 10.
Is this
Yes.
a d8? Yes. All right, there we
We're
go.
learning.
Can you say bless you as it stabs him in the face?
That's
Bless
a
you.
6.
Right
Plus,
in the mouth.
ooh, that's a 1, so 7. 15.
Yeah, it's dead.
16.
He's
Plus
dead.
1 for spell surge, so 16 points of damage.
You watch as this random piece of wood. Actually, let's see. Trixie, you can barely see it, and you're fighting with this guy who's trying to plot you, and you see right on the very corner of your eyes, you watch as Jingles is just standing there, no motion.
But I
no
don't
sound.
know him as Jingles.
You don't know his Jingles.
Oh, you're right.
Right?
Exactly.
It's just the-
right.
So I see two of them, right?
You see two of them.
Okay.
All of a sudden, you see this giant chunk of wood with this rope attached to it. Catch him on the neck.
I know Jingles.
Essentially, take him like a kite. Land him into the flame.
Oh,
Yes.
Holy fuck.
As you hear, actually, you don't hear anything. You hear a whoop, and then you watch the flames get a little brighter for a moment.
That's amazing. It smells like flesh.
And with that, Jingles, do I have a cape?
Cult Paris.
Does the cultist have a cape?
It did. Oh, yours.
Does mine have
Yes.
a cape?
Yeah.
Then I will flick my cape, and I'll turn around and dramatically walk out of the flames.
Now,
towards
As
Trixie.
you lick the spike in your mouth.
Go ahead and roll just a normal perception.
9.
9. That's close enough. His sachet gives it away.
The sachet
I
gives
found
it
two of
away.
them.
Is that the name of the
Sachet
episode?
away, Jingles.
The sachet,
gives it
You
away.
just wrote a lyric, man. Can you make a drink next week? The sachet.
The sachet?
Yeah.
You got it. You got it. We got a sachet coming up.
All right.
It's a
See you
shame
guys
Paul
next
wasn't
week.
here to witness this
It's
because
a glorious
she's
moment.
freaked out.
Yeah. Well, she's
Freaked
even
out.
if she was here, she wouldn't see it because she's somewhere else now.
Yeah.
All right.
She's trying to get something else.
All right, Jingles. Well done. You essentially you noosed this guy, flung him
Excellent.
into the fire, and now he's just.
That is more cinematic than I had hoped for.
John Ash, at this moment, you are. You're free. It's your go.
And can I start sashaying out towards
Yes,
her?
okay,
perfect.
ultimately. So go ahead and with your movement.
With the music, I got the power, playing in the background. Yeah.
6. I'll say 6 is not there.
Perfect. All right. So.
That's CNC Music Factory, different song.
Okay.
Sorry. Is it the same song?
Yeah. I've got.
Guillermo, do you want another hot shot?
I do. I would love one, but now he's got me. You can't do that before my turn because now I'm gonna be thinking about that. I'm a squirrel looking for a nut to move that butt. Anyways, here we go. So I'm watching Cat run over. God damn it, Amalthea run away. I'm looking at you. You have a plan. So I look at you and I go, "What do you want me to do? I have to chase my friend."
Did you see where she went at least?
She went that way, and I point to where she went.
Okay.
Around you don't see her currently, but you saw where she kind of
Right.
turned the corner right at the gate there.
Are you able to feel where people are?
I can sense where she went and head that direction. I mean, I know her footfalls. I'm pretty sure I can follow her.
You hear a clang right next to her. Get us out too, please! Please, as now the other victims in these cages next to you are just, please, don't let us in.
Helena, you must save them. I have to go find Cat. God damn, Amalthea. This is hard.
Yes, Hylene, please!
You have
Tell
5
how
minutes.
much we miss you, Cat.
Hylene!
You have 5 minutes.
Is that her name?
Fine.
All right.
I think her name's Cat.
And I start swimming. I go, Thea! Thea! And I start running that direction.
Okay. Make a perception check. As now, ooh, you know what? Yeah, go ahead. Make it. What is it?
Oh shit.
Wait, my perception's pretty high. Hold on.
It's still like a natural. It's like, hold on, it's still pretty high.
What's 8 plus 5? 13.
13. It's enough. Now, it's out of your range, but as she was leaving it, you just barely caught where she was, general direction. So as you kind of move around, and I will say, I will put you at the very least right there, and now you're within range. You feel her.
Oh,
So,
she's there. Okay.
She's right there now.
And I scream, Thea, you're gonna get yourself killed!
Okay. And what else do you do?
You know what? I point and message. Fucking on copper wire. Damn it! Can I? Vicious mockery? No, I'm just kidding. That's all I do.
I make fun of his mama.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you don't have a all right. So,
Wait. Yeah, no, that's it. That's all I really can
Okay.
do. I don't
All right.
have anything else.
Helene, it's your go.
Okay.
You're watching as these other victims are just they're shaking
Okay,
the.
so I'm gonna walk over to the first cave and just kind of inspect the lock.
Okay. I'm gonna have you. This one or this one.
This one.
All right.
Well, you
Wow,
expected
that
it,
was
you
alright.
broke it. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and are you gonna just investigate?
Just kind of, yeah. I'm just gonna kind
Alright.
of shake it to see what it's
Alright.
what it's doing.
Investigate.
What is
Natural one.
Let's keep it locked.
It is.
Okay. Then I am going to use my last level 2 slot, and I'm going to call Helios back.
What?
Okay. Does
He's strong.
I was gonna say.
does yours have a downtime spell? Or
I did not see one.
Okay. Alrighty.
And I can double check.
You
but
can-
I
yes,
believe
definitely
she's-
double check.
Yeah, I believe
Now-
she's good.
You hear her, everyone can kind of hear this whistle again. And almost echoing even under
Jingles
here.
looks around for the whore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, we call it you consider it an omen at this point?
It's a bad omen. I got PTSD.
You're like,
Hey, he helped you.
did he?
It ushered
did.
in the
All
freaking
almost-
meteor.
Yeah, it's one of
No.
the horsemen of the apocalypse.
Here's the funny thing too, is that you're like, oh shit, as you're looking around, you look back towards the center flame, which is the largest of the,
There you
you hear, and through the center of the flame, you see a dark shadow, essentially, and split the flames. Goes right past you. As it goes
After
essentially
you
right
had
here.
just swaggered, you
I
got
was just gonna-
scared by a
I'm
horse.
back. I'm back. I'm trying to find myself again.
All right. It's currently right next to you now.
Okay.
You have summoned it.
All right, so I'm gonna just kind of put my hands on his face and speak to him in Celestial. I need you to kick these doors down. All right, so
That'll
All right.
worse.
let me pull up my stats really quickly on my horse.
Which one do you want to hit first?
I'm going the same one that I was inspecting.
Okay, first one. All right.
So he is going to do.
This fucking horse.
Yeah, right? Okay, so it's plus 6 to hit. Okay, so 14.
That's
Wow.
it. That was it. I get it.
That was really good. Well, folks, the
so-
show's over.
14.
It's not gonna be
14
better
to
than
hit.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes, it does. It just
Okay.
now as you watch it, roll damage.
that. Better than a 6.
5 plus 4 is 9.
9. So you now this giant hoof on this warhorse essentially just goes and bends it. It doesn't completely take it off the hinge, but there's now a large enough gap that these people begin to immediately scramble out and almost kind of cut themselves on the metal bars as they're just
Right.
trying to push each other
Yeah.
through it. And they stop for a moment, they look at you, thank you, and
Run.
just run. They just start running essentially towards the north now.
Oh.
All right. It is now Trix's turn. You are
Kill me some cultist. I'm going to actually take one of my lightning daggers that I
Okay.
have
Okay.
and slash at him.
Saving it, huh?
Oh yeah.
Fry him from the
Okay, I have a
inside.
few. Yeah. Natural 20.
And thunder comes down, lightning hits.
Jesus Christ!
okay. Roll damage.
All right. Unfortunately, oh,
No.
do I get to double the lightning?
Yeah,
as
you do
well?
because that's
Actually, I'm gonna roll twice because I think that's more fun.
Kicking ass and taking names.
15.
15. Okay. 15 points of damage. Oh yeah, that guy is. So you watch as our let's see who. Oh, Jingles.
I'm
Essentially,
trying
you're the
to
only
hide.
one.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna say
Jingles.
behind them.
As you're kind of like sashaying away in a certain direction, you see this cultist clawing at a dark, shadowy figure, and then you see a large lightning bolt essentially shoot out of this guy's neck, and he falls dead right in the spot.
Jingles pretends like he was about to do
Now
something.
here's the funny thing,
After you've
Trixie.
just been scared by
I know.
it.
It's like, here's the funny thing, Trixie. This current cultist is dressed essentially better than the one you just dragged over. So
How vain are you?
Yeah.
How vain are you?
Fucking out of just pure spite at this
Yeah.
point.
Knocked it down.
With me, I'll take her
That's
clothes
exactly
too. Then. She's wearing double
Go in
clothes.
it after
yeah.
naked. Yeah. So and she. Well, can I bonus action any of that to start disrobing him?
I'll let you bonus action perceive how to essentially remove it, because the next time it would be depending on what happens.
straps,
next round.
buttons.
Yeah. Essentially, like you're kind of looking around and yeah.
Okay.
You
Should I
couldn't-
perception?
Yeah. Unless you want to use it for...
Modified 20.
Okay, unless you want to use it for anything like hiding or whatnot.
No.
Okay.
No, that's okay.
All right, cool. Alrighty, modified 20.
But I before I say that, actually,
Sure.
there's no one right here that would have noticed that besides Jingles, right?
You don't think so?
Okay. That's good enough
Famous
for me.
last words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amalthea is going to run over here.
Yes, son of a.
She's essentially kind of like, just put herself up to the edge of it, look in really quickly, and just look out. She goes in. Now she's just gonna go in there, and I'll. Okay, cool.
I don't like the rolling of dice and no explanation behind it. I really don't like
It's
that.
just when
That too is a bad
it's just
omen.
like
Yeah.
when the DM just kind of sits down and just like reads something and then just smiles.
Yeah, and then I open the
Doesn't say
curtain
a
and
word.
she's being like feasted upon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You too.
Oh, fuck. That would really fuck me up, actually.
Now, okay, you hear in the tent now, ahead of you, Don Ash. Actually, you, Jingles and Trixie, you both hear this as well. In your immediate area, Helena, it's too crowded, and these recently freed prisoners are starting to make too much noise as they're essentially trying to run away, but also screaming for whatever reason. They're not too bright about this whole deal. Maybe
Their
that's the reason
intelligence
why.
is 6. I get it.
That's the reason why they got caught in the first place.
Survival of the fittest. Darwinism is fine.
Another explosion off. Now, a little bit further south, and it seems like they're not really getting their aim just where they need to, just to hit that center camp. They seem to be kind of like skirting the outside of this this main camp. Okay, it is now. Dorian is going to. He assumes that you meant Helios is going to start to climb.
Helios is going to climb on him?
No, Dorian onto Helios.
At some point, but now the plans have changed. So,
Okay.
Dorian, if Dorian can help with the other cage, that'd be fantastic.
Okay, wonderful. He's actually going to do so. He's going to just wrench it open with his mace. Okay, so he does so. He's going to roll damage. Oh, all right. Dorian actually figures out how to just. He wedges his mace right into where the hinges are, and begins to just pry it open, much like a crowbar.
Show off.
It's not fully off, but it seems like now at this point the next action could be just to kind of lift it, the actual door there. So it's not open, but it's there. Okay, now it is the cultist's turn. So they begin to make their perception checks, and they begin to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. He's kind of off in the distance, off in the corner. There was
He
another
just
guy
walks
here.
into the fire, right?
No guys here. All right, cool.
Nope, nobody over there.
Alright.
Nobody over here. Nobody over here.
I can't tell.
Oh, that's a flag. Okay. It's like there's
Yes.
a piece
That's
of
a gummy
salami.
bear. That's a flag. Yeah.
Salami.
I'm hungry.
Eat.
Yes, manje. You're getting it too skinny. Said nobody to me ever.
Okay, they seem to have noticed you guys. They're not running up to you, but these ones are still brandishing all the weapons. They found
Good.
them now. And
This
they're
guy who's like on his tippy toes like this. Just
Yeah,
like running.
like-
Yeah.
When you say noticed us, I'm behind the crates, right? Have I been noticed?
But you haven't stealthed up. I asked you about.
Oh
last-
yeah, but I thought the crates were hiding me since it
Somewhat,
said, okay.
somewhat. But you're still standing up and you're disrobing this guy, and it takes a little bit of effort.
Oh, okay.
And
That's my
also,
bad.
there's another dead body laying right next to the one you're disrobing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay.
Don't worry. Don't
that's,
worry.
That's my bad. Okay.
Unfortunately. All right. So, but they do see you now dressed completely just. All right, Jesus, it is your turn.
Is that what you're doing?
Getting right into the roll.
That's right. So I see this dude running up, and Trixie's obviously taking care of herself, right? For the most part, at least, she looks like she's handling it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to this guy. What the hell are you doing?
To this guy right here.
That guy.
All right. I'm trying to find the prisoners. They've escaped.
Why are you doing the prisoners? We got these fireballs raining in from the sky. Do something about the fires, you dimwit.
All right. And he puts his weapon away immediately. He's like, he takes off like his over tunic and begins to just kind of pat the flames.
You dipshit! What do you think that's gonna do? You're just gonna light that on fire. Go get a water bucket or something.
All right, sorry. And he begins to just run to the south now. He's
Booking it. He's kind of scared.
oh wow, how did I do that?
Jesus.
Well placed. He's hanging up by his shirt.
He's in mid-run and he's like, no. Master wants me to get water. There's no water for miles.
This is a desert. It's a Sophian effort it is.
Yeah, and do I see do I see this guy? Does he seem to be looking at Trixie
He's
also?
like, he's going to make a investigation check. So, make a disguise stealth check. Basically a stealth check. I'm just making it a regular.
Stealth or performance?
Performance, sure,
Okay, performance. I was gonna say.
Yeah, why not? Because it is a.
Oh shit!
Oh no. Oh no. You have an inspiration.
Do I?
You do.
Do you have one coin, right?
No.
What happened to your coin?
You used the coin?
I thought I had a coin. Did I use that to save myself in something?
I don't recall.
Cody?
As a tear, as a slow.
I don't think I
tear.
lost it. I must have used it for something.
You stupid.
All right.
I think you might have.
I may have.
Do you have a
Oh, you did, and you
I
rolled
have,
two
like, yeah,
threes.
inspiration point.
That's what it was.
I remember.
It was
You rolled a
2
3 and then used the
And
inspiration and
another
rolled
three,
another
that's right.
3.
I thought that was you for some reason.
So-
No, because
He did that too, though.
No. I told him, I
Alright.
was like, is it a 3? And you're like, it's a 3. And you're like, you blamed it. So,
So
You should have one though. I don't give you back the other one, but I'll talk to you later.
what do you mean?
Yep.
I have 2. I have 1 now.
You had to.
I did have 2. I used it twice.
Okay. Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Well.
I used it, gave back, and I used it again.
it's a natural 1,
Okay.
which could be better. But that being said, I still,
Could
with
only be
alter
better.
self, I still look like the guy. So I look
Absolutely,
the part.
you
I
look
might
like
not
him.
be acting right.
You may not be acting
Yeah.
right. And so he
It's a little more flamboyantly than
he
these guys usually.
walks up to
Go over there.
No, the fire.
The fire. Get the water.
I don't know what just happened
Yeah,
there.
he's order. You're
Suddenly
just like,
became hard with fire.
Yeah.
All in one.
He will walk up to you and. What should we do with the prisoners?
I'll take care of the prisoners. You just worry about all the shit that's coming down from the sky. Make sure that we keep the trebuchets up and... What? I got something in my teeth.
And now the altar itself does allow you to have
I was gonna
that
say,
weird-
I want to show that gnarly, like...
And he looks at it. Something's not right about you.
I just got blown to shit. What did you expect?
Shing, he pulls out his two large, curved, like sickles, sharp, jagged, almost like there was really no care to when they forged them.
I'm gonna give you 3 seconds to rethink.
I'm gonna give you less, and he's gonna go
Oh,
attack
shit.
you.
Wow.
Damn.
Natural 8 plus.
mutiny.
13.
Mutiny roll.
Not gonna hit.
No, 3.
Mutiny roll fails.
You now, in taking on this, embodying this cult leader, you watch him. You kind of like add a little bit of flair to you. You just
Wait a second. Important question for our
Yeah.
viewers. Have we been in this camp for more than 8 hours?
this current camp?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Excellent. Then we're good. I'm alive. I just wanted to make sure mage armor is still on.
Oh, Jesus.
Copy that. He's gonna take his second swing at you.
We've been here for 7 hours and 59 minutes.
17.
I don't have my
Reactionary?
No, I have it, but I don't want to use it. But I need to use it. Okay, I'm going to pop a shield. I'm gonna pop a shield.
Okay. You watch it.
Pop a shield.
It's a
Yeah,
nifty
yeah,
little.
pop a shield.
It's a
Yeah.
nifty little spell that adds +5 to my AC as a reaction. So.
And acts as a father
Get it,
figure.
He's over there. He's over there.
I'm going behind.
Guys, this is.
Come on. No, it's Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
It's all important.
yeah. Come on.
Gil is catching moths.
Yeah.
So,
Monsters and Dragons.
Yeah.
Um,
So final AC
okay.
would be 21.
You do so. This scintillating blue effect. You see this now. Go across his form, and he looks immediately at the blade and goes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean that.
Stare him down.
Kill him.
Stare
Kill
him.
No,
down.
I didn't mean it. I thought you were one of them. You look different. I'm sorry. Please.
You have 3 seconds to get out of my sight before I cut you from ear to ear.
I'm sorry, Melchios. I'm sorry.
Leave!
And he runs the same direction as.
Good.
Again. Why not?
Good.
And I'm gonna remember.
It
Did he just say Melchios?
Melchios.
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 I'm running out of space to put my ship.
Okay.
Three.
The
Backseat driver.
you watch as now Highlander, you've gone and freed these essentially prisoners. They're running to the north. You see like about 3 cultists running around the area. They see them and begin to kind of chase them down, and they seem to be gaining on them. They're about 50 feet away, but they seem to be gaining. Just, and begin to run after them.
After who?
After these
After the
3
people that we
prisoners
just freed.
that are running to the north.
But they
now.
haven't seen
Got it.
us, right?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not those ones. Donesh, it's your go.
Okay, so
You're watching these 2 essentially run this direction, but at this point,
I watch them, but they are of no consequence to me.
However, they stop at this moment and they look at you. They're running over there.
I know we're all like at this point. Guys, come on!
He's right there.
For the
Yeah.
record,
It's
moths
Dominash's
lay eggs
turn.
in your food, which turn into worms. We do not allow moths in this house.
Oh,
It's worthwhile
In this
to kill
house, we do not allow them outside.
As a
I
viewer
only
lesson,
allow moths in my
never
house, but
allow
never
them.
again. Just kidding.
They're terrible.
Literally,
But
yeah.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Continue.
Got it. So at that point, they see me.
They kind of like slow down and
I'm in mid-run though.
I know. So they're essentially from this point. One is a little bit ahead of you. The other one is just getting to that wagon right there.
Oh, so
And
I'm running to them.
You're running to one of them.
Okay.
He kind of like stops. He kind of uses the wagon to kind of stop himself. Right. He grabs onto one of the railings there, and he sees you kind of like run by.
Clothesline.
Okay.
Yes.
Make your attack.
Dad would be proud.
Make your attack.
It came out of the box, and I didn't see its number, so that's really unfortunate for everybody involved. I have to roll again. 4. Attack though, plus 9.
9. It doesn't hit. He kind of uses the wagon. He sees it kind of coming.
Can I do a bonus action? Can I do that?
I mean, essentially, you're running. You can attack him.
So as I do, it's all a facade. He ducks it,
Okay.
and as he ducks it, I use that momentum to fucking just.
Oh, progressive pivot. All right.
Yeah,
Go
and
ahead
then
roll.
with an elbow to the face.
Yep.
Or you know what? To the. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Go for it.
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
I don't know, but it came out of the box again. I didn't see the number. That's
I'm
crazy.
just saying.
It's such
I'm just
a
saying.
weird
I'm
thing.
not the only one who has dice box issues.
You
so
see, so I have to roll again.
It
That was a
happens
natural
to
two.
everybody.
Must be a guy thing.
But I have another. I have
It's
another.
perfectly
I have
natural.
another thing. So it's a natural 2. My God, please, for fuck's sake.
Wow.
Yeah. No, but now I do a double spin. I come around with a kick in the throat.
At this point, he's like, he's like going lower each hit.
God,
This is like one of those capoeira fights where they're just like dancing and spinning and nobody's actually hitting each
His
other.
body has now like almost.
So that was a natural
perpendicularly-
3. I don't know what's happening, but I'm way too. This guy has no consequence to me, so I do all those things and I keep running past him.
Right.
Keep him on his toes.
You make it just a little bit further because that's how 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2.
No, I have 40 moves.
So yeah, you're right here.
Oh,
You're right here.
wait a minute. I'm
or-
right here. I'm right here. I was right
You
here.
were right here.
Okay. 1, 2.
No,
3.
you're right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't want to do that. I want to do this. Can I do that?
Sure.
And get more?
But you yet to hit him.
Ah, fucking okay, fine. Fine, God. Whatever you want, God. Jeez.
Don't anger him right now.
I know.
This is not the time to make him mad.
Right. Fuck this guy. I'm running. Like, wait, he's got other fish to fry. That's what I say as I pass him. You got other fish to fry. Fuck you.
What the fuck is that?
You begin as you enter this thing. You in your vision now. You see this weird creature above you. No one else sees this.
Oh, what the fuck?
What?
You see this weird creature in your vision because it is technically invisible right now, but it is watching you, and you just get right into its vision. It's like,
Is that your cat?
have my cat.
And I can't do anything. I don't have any bonus actions or anything.
Yeah, you haven't addressed that yet. There's a weird sloshy feeling right next to your pouch.
Oh.
Okay. Hyalinate.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, I'm
sir?
gonna make a perception check just to see if we are close to the edge of the encampment, like if there would possibly be a way to get out of harm's way. No, okay.
There.
No?
Well, that shoots that plan to shit. We were able to see last time where they were, the tent where they were keeping our stuff. No, Trixie was able to see where they were keeping our stuff.
That's the tent, I assume. Hopefully. I'm hoping.
Okay, I'm gonna get on Helios, and I'm gonna chase after those cultists that were going after the people we just freed.
Okay, so that's to the north. How
Yeah.
much movement does that give?
He gets 60.
Okay, you get right on. 60 would be.
I
one,
have
two,
no
three,
weapons, so
four,
I'm just
five,
gonna
six,
kind of
seven,
stick
eight,
my foot out and kick
nine,
people, because that's all I can do.
Right there.
Alright.
Okay. You're. Now, that's its normal movement. You can technically have it dash for 120.
How far away are they?
Pretty far.
Okay, then I'll do that.
All right, 120. So you're off the map,
Yeah.
and I'll deal with that
Okay.
later. Trixie, you're up at this moment.
Okay, so the people we just freed are now being followed by these assholes. So.
And you're going that way?
Apparently.
I'm so confused.
I'm
I am so
confused
confused
too.
too. She's
Trixie
chasing
is
the
doing
prisoners.
So they go off the map and they come back this way.
No,
Okay.
that's not like a side scroll game.
Okay.
Wait. So
She just went off the map to go chase
This is not
after the
appropriate.
prisoners that are now being chased by a bunch of cultists
but
that they
weren't
just
they
freed.
being chased this way?
They went up there. They
But
went.
who,
to
who was I just passing? I thought you said that this
Those are
guy was-
cultists. Those are cultists that he just sent off to go get water.
Oh, so they were coming this way.
They're running up there. The prisoners were freed from here, and they made their way up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. And then
Sorry.
these
They were being
cultists
followed
came
by
from
cultists?
here.
These cultists came from here, went over here. He told them, Jingles told them to run that way to get water.
Okay.
And they're on their way over there. One of them sees you. The other one kind of doesn't really care so much.
Got
He's
it.
a little more afraid
Okay.
of the cultist leader. He thinks you're just one person.
So this is
Whatever.
your fault, Adam. That's hard to blame.
I take no
For all my
responsibility
poor
for
rolls,
anything.
it's your fault.
Wow.
Okay, so Trixie is going
Christ.
to
Yeah, there's a
continue
lot of. Go ahead.
to do her thing. She's going to try and take off the primary garb that will identify her. Hopefully as a
Okay.
cultist. I'm assuming, do they have hoods?
They do.
Yes, perfect.
They currently do.
Okay, she would like to do as much as she can in the time she has.
All right. You think now? This is technically not
And
armor.
I'm sorry, before I do that, can anyone see me? Because I'd like to duck behind this really big crate while I'm awkwardly pulling on the pants.
You don't think that anyone can see you at this
Okay.
moment? Make
Can I roll? Can I
yeah,
use my
make
bonus
a
action
perception.
Except
to
for-
oh,
Yeah,
Can I stealth?
Melchios is standing
You can-
like right there.
it just
right?
like instead? Can I try and
essentially, yeah. You see the guy. Have you locked eyes with
And I
her
don't
yet?
think he cares.
I already know it's him. He's
Oh,
that shade.
okay.
Yeah, I sashayed.
All right.
She knows it's me.
Make a
I
stealth
have
check.
not
Okay.
locked eyes. I didn't want to draw attention to her.
Modified 20.
Modify 20. You think behind this giant crate and between all of these the cages there, you've got a pretty good vantage point as well as a pretty decent spot to just kind of like take the majority of your clothes off, leave your tunic on, and then maybe just put the cultist's over tunic.
Yeah.
The deep red color is what ultimately.
And I
sets
would,
it
if
apart.
possible, since I assume the clothes are a little bigger than me anyways, I'd like to try and keep most of my, not my clothes, but most of my clothes on.
Sure. Now there's a large sash that goes around their belt that you can probably fold them up a little somewhat and then give a good
Done that before.
yeah girding your loins if you will. All right.
This is a legit thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So yeah, in your action, so all that you do this round is take it off and begin to just kind
Get it
of
off.
move it on. Yeah. It would normally take a little bit longer, but that stealth was so good. So
I'll take it.
all right,
So
Amalthea.
good that you still in the time. Into time.
Amalthea is you.
What the fuck is this Satan spawn on the tent?
That's I have
I
not.
know, that's
I
all
have
you.
Not even.
Jesus. It's gonna be like saying like my mother's name and like it's like talking about like dreams I had 17 years ago.
But none of us will see it.
Of course not. I was like, what the fuck?
So
That's it. Bring out the
Wait,
manacles
wait, wait,
again.
it's moving.
the
It's gone.
Amalthea comes back out, sees you, and says, Donesh, our gear is in here. And she goes right back in. So she's kind of like just peeks her head out just long enough to tell you
She
that.
knows I'm there. And I'm like, I'm like pointing. I just don't know what the fuck to do.
Satan is on the tent!
Yeah.
It's dork side.
Wait, true story. Is that right?
This tent
I
is
mean,
dork
it
sided.
looks horrific.
Yeah.
I want no part in that. I'm glad I
It
have
looks
not
like
seen
Tim
it at all.
Curry in Legend.
Okay, that's kind of cool though.
Is it not?
That's
No, it
not
does
scary.
Not. That does not. I've got a figure that does.
Oh shit.
Oh
dope.
boy.
All right.
Talented is Xenomorph
Things to
too.
come.
We're in for a treat at some point.
Right? We're like
Okay.
at level 10 by then.
All right.
We're just one that
Dorian.
looks like Tim Curry.
Dorian has essentially watched you leave. He's going to now help the other people there lift the full. Oh no, he did already. They already.
Yeah, I think everyone's gone, right?
Yeah. The prisoners would have done so. At this point,
Dorian?
Yeah.
Where's
Dorian?
Dorian doing?
right there. He's right there.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and
Yeah,
lift him up if you could. I don't know why he's down.
Is he just dead?
He is
No.
going to move over here though and make his way down here and just kind of take a look at the scene. He sees you. Oh, I'm sorry. He does not have his mace. He does not have his mace.
He takes out his
He just pulls
fist.
out like an air guitar, like his air mace.
He looks on the ground. He grabs a wooden, basically a giant wooden baseball bat with embers on the side there. It's from your pillars that you were on, and he just kind of holds it like a baseball bat. Kind of comes up to you. It's just you and me.
And Shalia.
Make a okay. He'll just let's see.
What?
All right.
I'm intrigued.
He stops for a moment.
Don't do anything dumb, Mr. Prisoner.
Get everyone together.
Shh, don't blow my cover.
And he runs to. He's gonna run over to
I
this
just
area.
said don't do anything dumb.
Okay, just bring
Into
it.
the
He's
fire.
gonna go only right there. Only right there. Yeah, he's only gonna make it to that
Oh,
point.
Highlander from far away is so mad at him.
What did you tell him to do?
I didn't tell him anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And she, okay, I'm mad at myself for not
You're
telling him to
supposed to
stay
read
there.
my mind.
I'm gonna keep my eye. I'm gonna kind of turn sideways if that's possible, just so I kind of have an idea of where. Never mind. I know where Dorian's going. Okay.
He sees the. No one else is alive. All right, so this guy runs over to the entrance of the tent, is about to go inside, sees you, and runs after you.
Yeah, I figured.
He doesn't really quite. Oh, does he? Let's see, where was he? He
Is
was
the demon gonna eat him?
here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. So it doesn't.
No. Man,
That's a really
someone
eye
fucking
eyes.
gift that. That was nice.
Yeah, the moth has an AC of 25.
Yeah! That's how you do it.
Also, the neighbors are like,
It's like, they just
Yeah,
kill the
here,
moth.
we're gonna have to introduce you to the neighbor.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm good with people.
He doesn't quite get to you though. He's brandishing his double his axe and what has he
So
got?
you don't have
And a blade.
gun, you can just shoot him and get the energy.
Yeah, just he's kind of brandishing, like running up to you really, not a full pace, but yeah, he's there. Dorian is going to get attacked. Natural one. King. Even though he doesn't have his armor on, there is a.
His skin is just
No.
armor.
His pecs are just like steel.
They left his clothing on, and on his clothing he's got a brooch on it. It's really thick and massive. You know
He
which
is
one it
the
is.
brooch.
Just king nicks it and it damages it.
Oh, he's pissed.
Absolutely. Because it was his favorite. It was his only. And he's going to attack again. This time we'll hit. He's going to do 8.
Not his face. I'm shallow. It's fine. Jingles appreciates beautiful things in all forms.
Okay. You hear Dorian get hit and hurt. He's still up, but it's not looking pretty good. It's now Jingle's turn.
Okay.
Mr. Jingle.
He sees Trixie. Is Trixie like almost dressed at this point? Is she,
Almost
like,
dressed, yes.
All right.
Are you spying on me?
Yes, I am. It's not like I haven't seen it before. I am going to make eye contact. I'm gonna make eye contact with Trixie for the first time.
She's kind of like pulling up her knickers.
Yeah. You, when you're done doing whatever the hell you're doing, you come help me get this guy over here. We got a prisoner loose.
Will do.
I think Jingles
And
may
she
laugh in
spits,
character.
but, like the spit doesn't come off, and just like.
And yeah, Jingles is going to immediately go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he is going to go. He's gonna He's gonna make sure that Dorian sees him.
Okay.
And he is going to do a very obvious grapple check. He is going to grab Dorian's arm, and he is going to kind of like make sure Dorian knows that he's there. And I would like to do a grapple check as I
Make a deception check first.
All right.
Because even though
I totally get it. This is a. Oh, son of a bitch!
It's not a good day.
No. That's a 7. 7 total.
7 total. He rolled a natural 7 plus modifier.
Yeah.
It's not too convincing, and he fights you just a little bit.
Yeah.
And he goes to kind of like baseball bat you, but doesn't. It's not his turn, so he just kind of raises it up, and he looks like he's about to.
Good.
What are you gonna do?
All right. I am going to. I'm gonna grab him, and I'm gonna shift my hand, and I'm gonna grab it up to his throat, and I'm gonna grab him and just kind of squeeze and look at him, and without necessarily looking at the other guy, I'm just gonna say,
I've got a bone to pick with this one. Make yourself useful somewhere else. Good
He
job.
drops.
You're really selling it.
He drops the large, basically 2x4 or 4x4 onto the ground.
Vulcan death grip.
No! And he tries to bulge out his eyes a lot more, just like.
I don't get that reference. Okay,
What's
tone
wrong?
it down just a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Yeah, I've got this one.
Alright, he's going to make. He looks at you. He's got both of his weapons out, and he's just. He doesn't look convinced.
oh, okay. All right. I'll wait till my turn.
Donash. You
So-
sense this guy, and this guy
Okay.
around you.
Well, the other one is not really worried about me. He's turned around.
This guy?
Yeah.
No, he was. He just. You got him in mid flurry.
Oh,
of,
is that
of
the guy?
Dan- yeah,
Oh, okay,
that's
okay.
the dance moves. Flurry of dance moves.
Shit. Well. Okay. So, what is the guy in front of me doing?
He's essentially kind of like squaring up with you. It's like.
Great.
Like
Okay.
he-
So can I vault over him?
Certainly true.
I mean, I want to vault over him and keep going.
Roll
into
your
the-
acrobatics.
You know what? Fuck that. I look at this guy, I realize the situation. My friend's inside, our gear's in there. She may be in danger. There's a fucking thing making eye contact with me that I don't even understand at this point. He has the face of
An angel.
but the body of a whore. Anyway, so here we go. I'm going to look at this guy with the severity of everything that's happening around me, and I just go, get out of my way, my friend's in front of me. And I just dissonant whispers into his mind.
Dissonant whispers.
Oh, sweet.
Okay. He has to make a wisdom saving throw,
He
or
has to make he's dead.
Instant death.
oh, I didn't know.
Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Natural 1.
Yes!
We
Okay.
just drove him mad.
Yeah. So that means that he gets 3d6 of psychic damage.
And he runs.
Runs away.
GTFO.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I'm so excited this
I
time.
know.
Yeah.
So his damage is 8.
Total of 8?
8. Yes.
He begins to about face as you see himself, just like his mind get wrapped. And he holds onto his head. He's running, but a lot slower than his normal movement. You imagine that he is on the brink of death, but he's running away.
Sure. I don't really give a shit. So I'm now going to continue, but like watching this thing.
It's keeping its eyes onto you.
And so before I go into the tent flap, I just go in. I don't know what to do. I mean, I don't want to engage this thing.
All right, you go inside.
Yeah.
There, Amalthea is kind of just like putting on her armor. It's taking a while, and she's getting her bow.
Is she alone? Is it just a tent with no one in there?
There are 2 bodies.
Oh, fucking awesome.
Well played, Amalthea.
And there are. It was a struggle. You see that Amalthea's still just kind of like hurting. She has blood on herself that is also her own.
Sure.
And she's just gathering all of her items. She immediately hands you the guitar. She starts handing you all of your stuff.
God,
And
okay.
she's been kind of like sorting it out, you know. And it's
we
kind
need to
of,
take all of it back to everyone else.
what can we do? How do we hold all of it? It's a lot of stuff.
There's like 3 bags, isn't it?
It's a lot of stuff. Yeah, there is.
Put what you can in the haversack and let's go.
No shit.
There is currently a bag of holding.
We'll put anything in the
Yeah,
bag of
yeah.
holding in the haversack as we can.
No, don't.
He isn't, I don't know that.
No,
so
no,
sorry.
Here's the thing. Roll to remember. I want you to make an intelligence check.
There was a thing. I don't know if Jingles had mentioned it to the
Wait, what
party.
is roll to what is it? An intelligence?
Thing.
Intelligence check?
Yeah, intelligence check.
It's a straight 6.
6 total.
6 total. It's a natural 6. Intelligence score is 0.
Okay. You begin to kind of just take the weapons and whatnot and begin to stuff them into the first the bag of holding. And
What did I do? Okay, keep
No,
going.
I may not have actually told the party. I never thought that this would be a situation. So
Keep going.
yeah,
Well,
carry on,
happening.
Gil.
It's
Let's see if
happening.
this could be a very cinematic moment.
you go to fill up the haversack. You begin to kind of like stuff the swords in there. The longer weapons that you've got, your trident. You go to stuff that in there. You fill it to capacity. Go ahead and roll just give me a d20 roll. Just give me a d20 roll.
What about a wanna?
I will roll it for you.
I don't want that. Just straight
roll.
11?
11.
It was a 19 there. I rolled to 11.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, you feel that if you put anything else in here, this bag is done.
Done in what sense? It'll explode?
You don't know. You hear a tear.
Okay. So I pull out the trident.
Okay.
And I look
Make
to-
another check as you pull it up.
Fuck. Which one do I roll? 6.
The contents of the entirety of the haversack clatter onto the ground. A giant rug, gloves, a little tiny bag full of little tiny beads that you recall from the ship. A bunch of ink, a bunch of scroll work. One of the, actually both of the scrolls are actually in there.
So I look to mouth and I go, I thought you could put anything in it. I didn't know that there was any guidelines to this bag. Put it in the haversack, or in the bag of holding.
Okay.
As much as we can, be careful.
Just out of curiosity, is anyone wearing any gloves at the end of this?
What? The fuck are you talking about?
You remember the unmatched pair of gloves?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
No! What does that mean?
Shit.
I know, I was waiting for it.
Natural 16?
Okay, sorry.
Wait, wisdom saving throw?
Natural 16?
16.
That's enough.
Thank God.
Unless it was a negative modifier.
No,
then
no,
it would
16.
have just been enough.
16.
So you remember Trixie's gloves at one point were mismatched. And the conversation came up, but was never really dealt with. You remember as you're putting these objects in there, you see it and you grab onto it. And for whatever reason, you almost want to put your hands inside.
Oh, almost. Okay.
But you resist it. What do you do?
I I feel
currently
like
in your hand.
whatever power is in this glove wouldn't allow me to just toss it aside, which is what I would normally do. So I put it in the bag.
Okay. Now, Amalthea, after watching the first haversack essentially get destroyed.
I told her, I was like, be careful with how much you put in here. I said, just learn from my mistakes.
So now, essentially, you've got a torn haversack, and she begins to immediately look and see if maybe she can mend it or use it somehow. And what she does is take a dagger, essentially kind of like poke one side of the tear and poke it through the other, just to keep it close together, and she puts the larger items in there. They're currently
Just
outside.
Stitch that shit up.
Currently outside of all of this is one giant vase and one large rug rolled up that Jingles claims is magical.
You know what's fucked is that I don't. So we can't take these things like in a easy fashion. This is like now we have to carry these things with us.
You saw a wagon outside? You saw a few carts that are kind of in
Yeah, a
their
wagon
peripheral.
that we're gonna pull it through this fucking like battlefield and encampment? Like that ain't gonna work.
If we get out of here soon enough, we can use Helios.
I don't know that you
Okay.
you left.
That's right.
All I know is that there's a haversack that's broken. There's some shit on the ground, and there's a demon above me. So
Gotcha,
my
okay.
logic is out the fucking window if there was one in this tent.
Understood.
So, you watch Amalthea also grab a few pieces of
My rug, someone's
Sorry, bro.
gonna die.
Along with the
Someone's
haversack.
gonna
What she does is take the rug, unfurl
I
it.
jump in the vase and see what happens. Does anything happen? Do I escape?
He turns into a kitten.
Just gonna like plummet into a pool of kittens.
Which is fine. That would be better than anything I'm dealing with now. I'm like, demon, fire, war, kittens.
And that's your. I'll just play you as a different scenario altogether.
Yeah.
You're separate from everyone.
No, seriously, what happens?
You can't fit. The
Ah,
hole is
fucking
probably about
stupid.
10 inches in diameter
Okay.
or so.
Well, I
it's
don't
a
do
large.
that then. Obviously,
yeah.
I know how big it is. I wouldn't try.
Amalthea's trying to wrap the vase up in the rug currently. Trying to desperate. She
Smart
doesn't know
Amalthea.
there's
And I look
anything else
at
about it.
Amalthea. There's no time. We cannot carry these items. Do you expect to really haul this through an entire fucking war? We need to leave, and I don't mean to alarm you, but there is something. There's something on the tent. Something.
Suddenly, William Shatner comes in our game.
And I just like pull her in close. I go, we need to leave.
Danash, please stop.
We need
What are you doing?
to leave. I'm trying to
Get
put.
yourself together. What is with you?
Look. Do you listen? And that. Is
I was gonna say, well,
Yeah. We need to get out there. What the fuck are you doing running away into the middle of the fray?
I'm looking for Camille. I need Camille. Please. Please don't do this. Danash, I need her.
Then pick your battles. We can't take a vase and a
She
rug.
just grabs the bag of holding at this point and she begins to walk out. Or, walk at a quick pace.
She's like, just
starts
completely
to
ignores
just
me?
walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I go, fuck. And then we walk out, and I immediately, as I leave the tent, I just go, like that towards. Is it still there?
Yeah, no, okay. Not only just still there.
He's like,
It's-
"Oh,
and you
Okay,
said-
okay.
you said
Okay.
it's-
So I look at it and I go, what do you want?
Alright, we'll hold on to that moment.
And it's stuffed, right?
It's just invisible. Right. Helene, here you go.
I'm gonna hold
Okay,
this until
so
my turn.
I'm going to continue on Helios, and I'm gonna gallop onto the left. How many cultists are chasing?
About 3.
3. Okay. So I'm going to right up to the left of the slowest one and just try to clothesline him with my leg.
Okay, go for it and roll.
Double.
roll for it.
Clothesline with Malay.
I don't
Roll
have
to
I don't have weapons, so. What modifier would I use with that?
It's still your proficiency plus your strength.
Oh,
so-
okay, cool. So then that is 24.
Yeah, you hit him. Roll. Oh no, you. What's your strength modifier?
4.
4. So you do 5 damage to this guy as you kind of walk by, and
I
you.
don't walk, I gallop.
My apologies. As you
I
gallop.
sashay, she gallops.
Yes.
And you go for his head, you clip his shoulder essentially, and you knock him prone. You send his weapons kind of flying as he kind of like does a cartwheel in the middle of there, as these weapons
That's
fly.
fine. Do I still get a second attack?
You do.
I'm gonna run up to the second guy and do the same thing.
As you kind of like doing a little bit of like a weave motion, you hit the one guy and you go to the next guy. Go ahead and roll to attack.
And that is okay. So I'm okay. That would be 19.
19 to hit, that also
Drop
hits.
kick the shit out of him.
Roll damage.
All right. What am I rolling damage with?
Larnix is like.
So you again do 5 damage to that
Okay.
person. Kind of same deal. You instead of the shoulder, you get a little bit lower now, and you hit his elbow, and he same deal drops his weapon on his left hand, and completely just you knock him over. The horse, the mass of the horse and your foot is enough to just knock these 2 people
Okay,
prone.
and then-
There's one more, but
I'm gonna continue and
okay.
to pursue him.
Okay, now you just knocked him prone. There's still one guy there. He's kind of turning around and sees after hearing the first 2 drop down. All right, it is Trixie's turn.
All
You've
right.
got your clothes on.
Oh, I am. I'm fully
Yeah.
dressed now.
It's
as a
About
cultist.
time.
She is going to. Let's see.
Make a perception check.
Okay, yeah, that's
He's a
a good
pissy mom.
Just
She's gonna flash you.
17.
Perfect.
Do I see Donash?
You see Don Ash just go.
I mean, I did yell. I did say,
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
And
what do you
he's just
want?
staring out into the ether,
And I saw
essentially.
him say, or heard him say,
What do you want?
"What do you want?"
What? And then also you see Amalthea begin to kind of like circle around here and go this direction. You just see her make her way out. This direction. She's going up north. There are tents everywhere else too. A few of them, of the closer ones, are on fire. Yeah.
This is such a mess. Okay. Let's see.
Do you think Trixie would potentially assume I might have gone crazy again?
That's exactly what she thinks.
This is not good.
she did
Okay, she can
remember
dash.
what Jingles
Cool.
asked.
Of course. So she dashes over there and kind of has the hood pulled down a little bit. Says, "Master, what do we do?"
We're apprehending this big one right here. We're gonna take him back and interrogate him because he's got answers, he says.
I think that one over there went crazy again.
You seem like a capable sword.
Now, which one are you talking about? Are you talking about
The
Dorian?
what? This guy right here.
He looks like he's not convinced that he sees right through your facade. essentially.
Okay,
And
alright.
he's as you
Can I
walk.
tell that he is?
I was gonna say,
with your
yeah,
perception,
Jingles
make
is
an
just gonna throw out
investigation.
one
Make an
last
investigation.
failed attempt.
Oh, it wasn't good.
So close to a 20.
Yeah.
So close. So fucking close.
It was 10
It's a 20 to
10
me.
away.
6.
He's got weapons out and he's facing your direction, but Dorian is in your way too.
Okay.
So
If
you just see him just kind of dart his eyes between all of you at this point.
If he looks like he's
It's not his turn. So
yeah, if he
Yeah.
looks like he's not convinced though.
Amalthea begins to.
Oh, wait, one last thing. Never mind. No, I'll deal with it later.
Okay. She begins to kind of run this way, and on her way over, she'll give that guy who's running away an attack.
Shake him.
It misses, unfortunately, and she begins to run to the north there. All right, it's Dorian's turn. At this point, he's not going to mess around. He just runs over there and begins to just grapple this guy. He takes your arm off, and I assume you're not holding onto him very, very.
This was a stage grapple.
Yeah, stage grapple.
As I was holding daintily onto his throat. I was just kind of like admiring.
Nope.
It's like
So
You were
Muscular.
feeling
yes,
him up, you know.
this is the first time we've had contact.
this cultist is essentially too weak, and Dorian goes and grabs his wrists with the bottom of his hands and just takes him down, causes him to go forward, grabs his head, and just grapples him onto the ground.
Nice.
Essentially just holding his head right in here.
Holding him prone.
Yeah, holding him prone.
Awesome.
Okay. It is the cultist's turn. He's going to try to escape. That. Oh, I got a opposing check. Unfortunately, he
gets
and just slips out. Stands up. He's going to take his attacks now on Dorian. 2.
Not his shiny head.
Nope. And nope. essentially just now kind of clawing at him. Does not hit. It is,
This guy is going to go after Dawn Ash. This guy is running away.
Taking advantage of Don Ash while he's gone.
yeah. Oops. Natural 1, natural 7. So both of them, again, do not hit. And Dawn Ash
These guys
is
are like stormtroopers.
Dawn Ash is what?
Dawn
Dawn
Ash.
Ash is fucking what?
High five, bro.
High five.
This cultist that comes up to you on the side just begins to wildly swing, and you're kind of posed and ready for this thing, but at the same time you're watching this guy like, oh come on, I don't want to deal with you. And just as he's begins swing wildly. This one looks a little more ferocious, like he's just has no idea what's going on anymore. Is wondering why you're here in the camp in the first place.
Right.
And it's just chaos everywhere, fires everywhere. All right. This demon, however.
Yeah, we know it's a demon.
Oh.
And begins to kind of like rotate his hand somewhat and goes to kind of stab. You see these long nails begin to almost like grow unnaturally long, and he goes to stab you.
Was this because I left for a couple seconds?
This was all because you pissed it off while you were gone.
Literally.
It's funny. I rolled. It's a natural 20 on top. I'm not gonna use it.
Okay, that's fucked up. If you
But
do.
exactly. I was like, that's just messed up. You know, let me get these out of
Yeah,
here.
you should.
Natural 7. So it goes to as you're holding your hands up and you watch this thing go down again. You're moving back and forth, avoiding this other guy. You're focused on this weird creature, and it wings itself, just flaps down, lands in front of you, and you just kind of like do a little, not doing any kind of damage, but just a little bit of a deflection as you move it aside. It has a secondary turn. Same deal.
Do you not like me?
You know what? let me introspect.
Glad you asked.
Why is no one else got a demon?
You made eye contact with it.
You made blindfold contact.
Oh shit.
It's true.
It's the power of not acknowledging your enemies when they appear on the
I
battlefield.
don't see that.
If
I
I
don't see
don't
it.
see it, it won't hurt me.
Jesus.
Okay. Does 14 hit you?
My armor class is 14.
Okay, so it does. It sinks. It's essentially it's doing a little bit of like a jab thing, right? You get the first one, you deflect it, and it immediately goes back in for your shoulder. 7 points of damage to you. Sinks right into your shoulder. It make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. This is what happens when you leave rugs behind.
Is it? Is that what happens?
Protected you.
This is spirit of the rug.
8. You feel something course through your veins, and you are essentially poisoned, just not.
Oh, we
not
know how this
round.
happens. What happens next?
Just not this round. So the effect is taking place. You feel it just as your heart begins to beat.
Can you give me a little bit of a thing here?
Yeah.
Can I go? And then just take the hit.
Okay. Are you down?
I don't know. Am I?
Did the 7 bring you down?
Yeah, the 7 bring you down.
Oh no.
Okay, then you're still good.
I think what
You
the
just
poison.
got-
What's the poison doing?
Yeah,
Am I down
poison
from
you're
the
not-
is
poison?
you're not
basically
sure.
just.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
it might be
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, it might be different, but in this case it is not. It's just a regular poison. So the next turn you
So
have to fight it again. You take damage, but you have to fight it again once more. You can make a con save. So you go ahead and do so. Yeah, you can. At this point, we're going to take a break and continue back.
The fuck?
Ugh,
Fuck.
God.
If none of us had been able to see it, we wouldn't know it was there.
I know.
None of this would be a problem.
No shit, right? God, Jesus.
All right.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Still, thus far, as the chaos ensues. We'll return in about 10 minutes. Stay right there.
Bye.
Just took 5.
There was never any question as to whether or not Hylene Leodon would live her life in service to Athena, for Athena's will has shaped her family's destiny since ancient times. Her father is the only child of Ariadne Galanili, one of the most revered high priestesses in recent Athenae history. Being Ariadne's only known female descendant, it was assumed Hylene would follow in her footsteps and become a high priestess. But Athena, being all-knowing and wise, envisioned a different path for her. Hylene was summoned to the temple in her 100th year, and having no useful skills to bring to Calenduine, her childhood home, she accepted and entered the Atheni Seminary. Sadly, her performance as a priestess in training was disappointing. It was not until Hylene met Shalia, a paladin in the Wise One's service, that she felt something stir in her, a deep feeling that this was the path she was supposed to travel. Though it was unprecedented for a Gallinili descendant, Hylene broke with the seminary and apprenticed under Shalia for 10 years. Now she ventures into the world to impart Athena's wisdom, and to protect civilization from those who would seek to destroy it.
Ashes fell from the sky as the shrieks traveled on the breeze. Weeping children offered their still beating hearts to the drow boy and his warrior mother as their tears sizzled on the cinders at their feet. The city fell, embers filled the night, and Donash awoke. His eyes irritated him from beneath his blindfold, but to remove it would break his vow. The vision that woke him from his trance was as bright as the fires it had shone. It was time to end his self-imposed solitude. In an effort to atone for his sins, Donash shed the Underdark and his name to be reborn beneath the bright Tremahian sun. After the murder of his mother, a blinding rage overtook his mind and he tore his hometown asunder. For a century, he exiled himself in the Waikatura Mountains to hone his mind and spirit to never fall to such rage again. It was the vision that showed him how selfish his exile had been. No matter how much control Donash had over his own spirit, others would fail to squelch their rage and the innocent would fall prey once again. So from that day on, Donash left the mountain and began traveling from town to town, sharing meals with strangers and reveling in the joys of their stories and humor. He left his brooding self behind in that cave and chose to liven up taverns with jests and song. Adapting to his new lifestyle well, he realized the true way of how to prevent those from making the same mistake he had made long ago, and that was to keep tankards raised high and everyone's spirits raised higher.
Amalthea should have had the world at her feet. Her mother was a purebred elf, a promising young woman of wealth and favor. But her mistake was to fall in love beneath her station. A passionate night with a wandering ranger, a human, left her with child and spurned by society. She managed to keep the semblance of an ordinary life, but Amalthea quickly became the target of bullying, stares, whispers, and giggles anywhere she went. In response, she became an outcast, a thief, a creature of the night. The generations have a way of repeating themselves, and during a long night at her favorite tavern, a ranger, half-elven like herself, stole her heart at a glance. She left with him the next morning to learn the art of hunting and tracking, as well as the humbling experience of unrequited love. The night he finally became her lover, he was killed in a sudden attack by a dragon, and her life descended into darkness once again. Not knowing where to turn or what to do, rage and fire burning in her heart, she stumbled upon this motley crew.
Altricia the half-elf was born in a prominent house, to a high-born human mother and a nameless elven father, a blazing emblem of a shameful affair. But as with most noble scandals, the affair was quickly and quietly brushed under the rug, and the child was put into the care of the manor staff. With that, Tricia, the orphan, was born. Tricia's true origins were kept a secret from everyone, including her, and she was raised as a maidservant to the daughter of the estate, her half-sister Sharina. As the years passed, the two grew up side by side, never knowing the secret between them. That is, until one fateful day when, at her mother's deathbed, Sharina learned the secret of Tricia's birth. Sharina, stunned by the revelation and terrified of what it could mean for her, threw her half-sister out into the night. And it was there, on the cold streets of Masthead that Trixie, the rogue, was born. Trixie had to learn to fend for herself from day one. As a young girl alone in the city, she didn't have the luxury of second chances. As she began to learn the tricks of the trade, she found that her slight frame, doe eyes, and darling smile lent themselves well to a less than lawful lifestyle. While she may not always follow the letter of the law, she will always do what she feels is right. Although, you might want to watch your coin purse.
Master of the Arcane and Bounty Hunter Extraordinaire, John Jingles is half sorcery, half sass, and entirely fabulous. At just over a year old, baby Jingles toddled his way out of the mystical forest and into the arms of the elves. They knew he was going to be trouble after a wave of his hand turned a set of priceless silk curtains into a side-tucked, slim-fit diaper with matching ascot. He blossomed into a confident, eccentric young man, and devilishly handsome, if I do say so myself. But John's gift for the arcane was truly extraordinary, eventually surpassing even that of the elves, and they bullied him relentlessly for it, until John finally found the courage to fight back. Which, long story short, got him kicked out of town and into a traveling acting troupe, where he spent his nights cold and hungry, wondering what his purpose was in this lonely world. But hey, I'm being a Debbie Downer. You don't want to hear about the sad bits. You want to hear about the fun stuff like catching bad guys and making money, right? Thought so. One day while performing, John saw a thief steal an old man's coin purse, and all at once, something in him awakened. In a flash, he leapt from the stage in hot pursuit, and after a dramatic chase through the city streets, John magically catapulted a watermelon right at the crook's head. With the bad guy caught, the crowd cheering, and a fat sack of reward money in hand, it suddenly became clear that our young adventurer had at long last found his calling. John fluffed his ascot, popped his collar, and set off to become the bedazzled bounty hunter hero Tremahia deserved.
Welcome back, everyone. The party is currently amidst all of the chaos. And currently, it is Dorian's turn. So at this moment, Jingles, you watch as... How did I forget you?
I'm after Donash.
No. I thought I went through. You kept going.
No. You just had me get stabbed. I got poisoned, and then we were done.
That's because it was cultist turn.
Oh,
and then it goes to Jingles. I'm sorry. No, then it goes to Jingles. Oh no. It's only it goes to you.
See, someone was right. Someone was right.
You're
All right.
You're up next.
Okay. So I watched this dude get back up after Dorian put him in a headlock. He's just
weaseled his way out.
Slash Dorian. All right. No more Mr. Nice Guy. I am going to firebolt him square in the chest. Got so much fire, I feel like it's appropriate.
It's everywhere.
Oh no, Highland and her horse.
That's okay.
And they're dead.
They don't
You
need,
fire
they don't
blasted
need to
them.
be like that. That's fine.
You're carrying her.
Is that really how that happens? You
I
just, like,
picture
carry
it.
the
I
horse?
picture, yeah, when you summon Helios, I
summon it.
picture Hyland just carrying him on her back.
But like I do everybody else.
Oh, shots fired.
Alright, that is a 15 plus 7, 22. 22
I'd love
to
to
hit.
carry me at this point because I'm with a demon.
Alright, go roll damage.
Alright.
You definitely
Might
did.
be real nice.
And 2d10 plus 1. That's going to be a 7. Plus a 3, so that's a 10 plus 1 is 11 total.
11 total. You go to essentially you point right square in his nose.
Yeah.
It almost fillets
That was
his face
amazing.
open
Oh my god.
as he falls backwards,
Oh my god.
dropping his blades.
This has been a... Whew. Oh, wow, this has been a day.
Yep.
Did he drop his daggers? I'm going to
He
go...
dropped his jaw.
Literally.
On the floor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's off.
It's gone.
Knowing that the torturer had daggers, did he just have the one or did he have the 2 daggers?
The torturer seemed to have a ceremonial kriss.
Okay,
So it's
alright.
like a serpentine dagger.
Perfect. All right.
And the fire.
I'll take one of these because his kriss is, I'm assuming, a little red hot right now. So I'll take whatever's closest from this guy, and I will put it on my. I'll hold it in my hand.
He's got a short blade. It's not so much ceremonial, but it is a blade about maybe 1.5 foot long with the handle.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah. So I'll grab that, and I will turn to Dorian and Trixie. All right, wait. Sorry, got used to doing that. Where are the others? Have you guys seen any of the others?
Hyland went up. He just points up to the north.
That way.
Where? What was she going up to up north?
Make a perception check.
She's still going. 10.
It's just the dust cloud. In the
10.
distance.
You can't see where she went as you kind of like aim with Dorian's help.
Squint.
But as you look around, you do see Amalthea running through. You just barely catch glimpses of her, and you recognize her form through the large pillars of fire. And you also see Donna squaring it up against a winged creature.
Oh, we see it now.
Now
we see it.
Oh.
What the hell is that?
Thank God.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to turn both of their attention to the giant evil bat-like creature.
All right. That's enough for Dorian to do something about it. But go ahead.
Oh,
and...
okay. I thought like
no.
we were about
he's
to.
He's gonna start thinking.
All right. Yeah. So I turned both of their attention to it, and I am going to call across the flames in Jingle's voice, not in the cultist voice. Amalthea, wait up!
Can she even hear that?
Shh, nobody sees us. Everyone around us is dead.
Because I also did say Amalthea too when I got stabbed.
Yeah. You can see her head kind of like tilt a little bit. She's hurt.
She knows that we're round. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna get just a little bit closer with my movement. I'm just gonna move like 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. Nice position.
Crest, yeah, above the fire.
1 foot after the other.
Yeah, super dope. But I'm like, there's no time for theatrics. I'm dying.
Strike the Captain Morgan.
It's the victim's turn, and you watch
The
as
victim?
Oh, me, great.
those that were kind of running away from you look back and watch you basically take down these 2 of them. They run back and begin to just charge this one guy who's coming at them with essentially a large blade. They take him down. They overrun him. Just begin to just beat him to a pulp. Essentially,
I'm
you're
so
watching.
happy.
You're
no,
watching
I'm
this
not
happen.
taking it back. I am cheering them on.
Yeah.
Murder him!
I'm having
You're having to
Helios
slow
like,
down,
well,
right.
I'm having Helios like rear. Like I am just so proud of you guys, and I'm gonna turn around and go back.
Okay.
Is it possible?
No,
Not yet.
bring them with them. Bring them with you.
No, hold on.
Not just yet.
I've got shit to do.
Not just yet. Not just yet. It's not your turn.
Okay.
The victims are now
Okay.
essentially, now they're grabbing all these daggers on the ground and swords and begin to kind of like now run, but now they're a little bit armed. They're still running off into the your go. As it's
Alright. So I want to spend 2 key points, but you have to tell me how this works.
okay.
I want to patient defense as a key point, and then dash. Well, I guess I don't have to dash. I don't have to key point and
No,
dash.
you don't have to.
Because I can just dash.
You essentially move your movement,
But can I
your action,
it's
and your
patient
movement.
defense first and
Yes.
then dash? Okay, great.
Yep, I think you
So-
can do that.
okay,
So
So
they're
then I
going
just
to get a attack of opportunity on you, but it's at a disadvantage. That's what the patient defense is. They essentially, you make it harder for them to hit. So the demon's doing the attack. It's a natural 2 on the first roll, so no. That guy rolled a natural 4 on his first roll, so no.
So I just backflip off of
essentially
yeah. And then
Okay,
I
where do you- where
I
do you
start
go?
running towards Amalthea.
All right, you make your way. Essentially, you use. Oh, make a Constitution check.
No.
As,
You can do
as
it.
you do vault over, you hit the tent here on one of its struts, and you just. Did you just dice bay that?
Yes,
I did.
you did.
And it was a natural 17. I just figured out a new way to roll dice, everybody, and it works.
You do take 1 point of this weird necrotic damage as it begins to just essentially just grip into you, but you as you're running, you essentially take your palm and just kind of, and you see a little weird black ooze kind of spurt out, and
I know. It's like, can't wait. I didn't take an action.
He's broken.
I used a bonus action to dodge.
to dodge.
To dash my movement.
That's your action.
That was my action?
Yes, to dash.
Oh.
Your dodge is your bonus. You're taking your action and your movement to dash now.
So I
basically
couldn't-
you're booking it.
Okay.
But you've now moved. So how many feet is that? That's 80.
80.
You can catch up to her for sure.
Yeah.
You
I fucking tackle her.
go ahead and roll. Now this is technically an action, but just go ahead and roll for me, and I'll let you know what happens after this.
I'm dead. Can I just obey it? Because that...
Nope, you
I
rolled.
should have learned the lesson too.
She hears you, and you kind of just, and you kind of like do a little bit like a dive to go to grab her, and just kind of land in the dirt.
And I go, wait, damn it!
All right, Helene, here you go.
Okay, so I'm going to wheel Helios around and go back the way I came. Are those 2 guys still prone on the ground?
They are.
Is it possible to just run over them?
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
How do I
Go
do
ahead,
that?
roll
All right.
attack for the.
Make
Would
mine
this
out of
be
the
Helios'
blue.
attack or mine? Okay.
I think Helios, yeah, he's got like
that
a
is
trample
17.
attack.
Yeah, check your horse.
I don't know if he can do trample attack while I'm on him.
Why not?
Check your
yeah.
horse.
I think I want
Yeah,
to say
check
that
your
he
horse.
can't attack while I'm on him, but let me double check that.
When you're coming upon 2 people who are prone on the ground, you specifically cannot
+4 to
attack,
hit.
especially if your name is Kristen.
Who? So trampling
Very
charge. If the
specific
horse moves
rules.
at least 20 feet straight towards the creature, right before hitting it, it attacks with its hooves. The target must succeed a DC 14 saving throw, strength saving throw, or be knocked prone. If the target is knocked prone, the horse can take a bonus action to make another attack with its hooves against it. Roll twice for each one. Roll once, and then it'll.
Okay, well the first one was 17.
Okay, that one, yeah. So I'm gonna roll for that one.
Yes.
Natural 19, so he doesn't make his one.
I don't care. I'm not going to stay and fight these guys.
No,
I
I
just
know,
want to
I
get out of there. So.
know. Roll for damage for the first one anyway.
Okay, Helios, what is your damage?
They do pretty good damage.
+4 to hit.
Is
Yeah.
Helios
It's
2d6
2d6 plus 4. Okay, so he's got 4. That's 5 plus. That's 9. So 9 points of bludgeoning damage to this guy.
9 points, thank you. In this one, you already did 2 to that
I
guy.
think I did 5, right?
No.
Because I closed my.
Oh, I'm
book
sorry.
and-
You have 6. You did 6 to it because
Okay.
no, sorry, 5.
It was 5. Yeah.
5 to it, and then 5 to the other guys. But you just.
Sorry.
You're cheering in the middle battlefield. No.
We're having a moment.
Is that really big? Is he,
You don't kill him,
I don't
but you.
care. Yeah, I don't
Once
care.
again, he's going like
I
he's
really don't care.
essentially crawling over to where his weapons are, and the horse just goes, continues on, and yeah, it
Because
hurts.
I'm assuming at some point he's going to get hit with a fireball, so I'm not interested in finishing him off.
Yep, sure. All right, cool. You still have technically one more attack if you want to hit the other guy.
I'm just going to keep going.
Cool. You make it back.
I want to
At this
go.
point-
Can I see where?
Perception.
Okay, so I want to see if I can see where Dawn Ash and Amalthea are.
That was such a 20.
No. As you kind of make your way around, the flames of this nearby tent just kind of make your entire vision now, and you actually get one of those, from light to dark moments.
Okay.
And even though you're half elf, still can't see.
Okay, I'm just going to head back to where I came from then.
Okay.
At that point.
All right. Cool. I'll
You
have
let
you.
me know when she's back on the map.
Yeah. All right. Not yet, but
Do not put them on there like that.
Trixie, your go.
Okay, so can Trixie see Dawn Ash and Amalthea?
Make a perception check as they were kind of essentially moving on by.
9?
9 total. No, the
9
flames are.
total?
Yeah.
Damn.
The flames are right in your way, so no, and it's a big.
Okay, so that was going to be my other question was, can you see through these flames?
Not really. They're very very large.
Are we all getting to play with these now?
Yes.
Not you.
You might as well, we're about to die.
That's all right. I got to play with the horse.
Yeah.
So can Trixie see what happened to the demon? Because last she saw the demon, right?
You did, yes.
Okay, did I see what happened to the demon?
Not. I mean, again, with the same roll. No.
Man.
You're looking around and
It's your
it's
fault.
chaos. It's just
Okay.
utter chaos
My fault?
everywhere.
Yes, I blame you.
Why? I'm trying not to die.
Okay.
Amalthea's going to again book
It's
it.
cats or mouth is
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were
Okay.
done.
Trixie is going to move over here. So hey,
She jumps in and she brings the
see
fire.
the demon. I think
All
she
right.
can see him from there,
Yep.
and she is going to Eldritch Blast him twice.
Go for it.
Watch it power him.
Oh, do I count as hidden since I came from the firefly? Not right.
mean, he's not
make
looking
a
at you.
No, you no.
Okay.
No, at this
What's
point you
14? Did I
look
count
like a
as
cultist too.
4 or 14.
Shake
The
it. Just
first
give it a
one's
tap.
like- yeah,
give it a
give
little
it-
tilt.
Oh,
Oh.
now it's 20 and 15.
Wow, you told her to do that. You said shake it, and she baked
Yeah, I
it.
was gonna say I'm staying out of this one, Gil.
I was
Oh,
re-rolled
darn.
one and you
Goodbye,
got me two
demon.
instead.
Everyone rewind
I said
it,
so.
clip
I
it.
said it. I said it. I meant to give it a little tap, but I
Shake it.
stand by. I stand by what I said. Go for it and roll for that natural 20.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I hit it twice. Okay.
People of the internet weep with me.
Yeah.
But he
We're about to
stands by
die.
his word.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Get a little.
Give me floss.
Yeah, just to give it back at you.
Is this Talison's
But
revenge?
don't double this, right?
That's right.
Why would it be
Okay.
Tal's revenge?
He's not like me. He's not
Oh.
like me.
20.
He's not like me.
So 20
Did he hate me?
to 20
With both.
damage to
At
total.
once, somebody liked me.
Total. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
20 damage total with both Eldritch Blasts.
Nice.
20.
Excellent.
Oh man.
And then she is going to hide.
Go ahead and roll stealth.
18.
God Almighty.
As you're kind of running through, you know where this creature was. You kind of you're almost like you're strafing, and you're waiting for the flames to clear the view of now this winged creature that has swung its wings around. It shows its ugly visage, but it's training itself on Dawnage.
What
and
the fuck?
You roll right through the battlefield. You see this Jingles and Dorian as well. And you see it puncture holes right through its wings.
Nice.
And it begins to kind of just, like, almost shake it as it's trying
Shake it
to.
up! Shake it up!
And now it just, it stops looking at Jingles and
Did I hide in time?
You hid. You're behind the crate. There is something unnatural about it. How it just looks. It's looking almost exactly at you. Okay, Amalthea
But the crate is still at least in the way, right?
Yes.
The
The cage. Yeah. I mean, it's you can still see the form in there. You know what I mean? Like you can still read. You can see it, and they can still see you. Somewhat.
Make it wear the gloves.
It provides a little bit of cover. It's not much. It's technically like quarter cover. If there was like someone to shoot a spell
Since
through.
I was here, can I squeeze back into have the fire cover me instead? Is that better cover?
Somewhat.
Dive into the fire.
I'm gonna use the
Somewhat.
fire for cover.
I'll make that half cover because the flames are they're there, but they're not completely obscuring.
They're not going to protect
you
you
I'll
from
take
too
half.
much.
They're billowing. Okay. Amalthea is going to run over to the other tent. She opens the flap and she goes, "Donna, she's here. Help me!" And she runs inside.
I fucking hate Amalthea at this point. God.
Do it, Jingles! She goes back out.
What?
Oh, sorry. Do it, don't catch up.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is he talking? And then a tiny net is thrown over me. I'm like, what is this? What is happening?
Okay. Dorian is going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to do something holy. He sees this.
Make fun of him. We need that.
Right, he's gonna sit this one out.
He's gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna do something to help everybody except Donna.
Yeah.
You watch as.
It's a lovely picture of Muggsy on the back of that binder, must I say.
yeah.
I don't know
Too bad
if.
he's fucking dead.
I need to update it.
Don't you
Well,
dare.
now you're definitely not getting
To
blessed.
be honest with you,
Wish I
at
had
this
helped you
point,
now.
I know he's not living. I don't really give a shit. I am more. This is truth. This is coming from the heart.
Heartless.
I wish I had known that 3 minutes ago because I would not attack the demon.
Really though, we're gonna pull hairs about Muggsy when there's everyone else's life in danger.
I think he's
I love him as well, but
We're taking care of your well-being first.
if anything, if he's
but-
dead, it's Amalthea's fault. She is the one causing a lot of this problem. She could be helping.
It is all. Yeah, I was gonna say it is all her wolf
Yeah.
fault. Technically, I feel like Camille is responsible for all of this.
Now,
Yeah, fuck that wolf. Nah.
you didn't. Now she's currently Amalthea is currently just kind of like rummaging around, and you can still see her. Essentially, she's not. She hasn't gone in. Like, you don't hear any kind of battle or any kind of struggle yet. She's just essentially just got in. So just keep that in mind. But
There's a good thing there's no demon that's tracking me, because otherwise saving my wolf would be really hard. I'm like, that is so specific! Why are you saying this?
let's go with. Now you watch Dorian take out his holy symbol at this point. And he's going to do a turn, but it's not a normal turn. It's not a. Gosh, I can't find it. It's not what you would.
Where was it stabbed? Here? Or here?
On the shoulder, on your left hand side.
Well, I thought it was the heart.
Great. I have an idea.
Wouldn't have hurt him.
All right.
Low fucking blow.
Black funk on people.
I just.
And now that he has a new trick that he can do, just go.
Okay.
You're possessed. You're possessed. You're possessed.
Everyone's possessed.
Yeah.
So many Oprahs today. It's great.
Right.
Such generous souls.
No. All right.
So is he glowing at this point?
He's glowing, and you see him just kind of essentially start.
That's amazing.
Huh? Oh.
Your bookmark is amazing.
Illegal. He essentially. You have them too? He's essentially holding up his symbol as. Funny enough, they didn't take it from him. It was kind of deep down, and he begins to walk right up to it, and.
That's where that went.
What?
Sorry.
Oh, bookmarks.
Yes.
Yeah, so he starts to just walk up to it and starts speaking Celestial. And these words begin to almost pour out of his mouth with little arcane runes as his eyes begin to glow. He's just making his way over to this demon. You don't see any reaction yet from the demon. It is now the cultist's turn. This cultist saw you, Donesh, run, so he's going to try to make his way over there. He's actually trying to run through.
Does he not see the demon, or does he not care?
He's probably like, that's his like.
I think it's little column A, little column B. These guys are in league.
He gets up to you, but he's not.
Sorry.
He's not attacking you.
Great.
So, there are no more cultists in the area. Yep.
They all dead.
Jingles, here you go.
All right, I see this demon thing. I see him walking up to it. Did I see Donash run by me and this cultist chasing him?
You do see that.
I do
That's
see
not
that.
even. Yeah, that's not even a thing that you have to roll for.
All right, I am going to. Yeah, I'm gonna prepare another firebolt because I'm really low on spell slots right now. And I am going to double check my surroundings. I don't see anybody else. No other cultists seem to be closing in on us right now.
Currently, no.
Good. I am going to cast a firebolt then at the guy who looks like he's about to stab the shit out of Donash.
Yep. All right.
All right.
You can almost see him do like the leap
into the
He's
ear.
just
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
picturing the exact pose because that's just the best pose.
You're
I'm
not
also
allowed to
running.
poison.
I'm not on poison?
Yeah, because you made your check.
And that is an 18 to hit.
It does hit. Roll damage.
Baby. Yeah, baby. All right, where's my other D10? There you are. That's a D10, right? Okay.
This cultist on fire!
All right, so that is an 11 plus 1 is 12 fire damage to
He's
his
dead.
butt.
He's dead.
Yeah, it just completely.
Oh, he's like propeller guy
That's all.
in Titanic.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Because he's literally in mid jump, and you. Now you feel this entity come at you, and you're like, "Is this the demon? Is it? No, it's the cult. What?" And you watch.
And I just go. And just keep running. And just
Freddie
keep running
Mercury,
with a
Freddie Mercury,
fucking-
like
yeah,
victory
with a
pose.
thumbs up, just like running. Keep going.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. Donesh, you're.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, and I'm gonna move over a little bit so I'm a little closer to Dorian.
Right
yeah,
there?
just
Right
a tad. I'll come down from my cinematic
Okay.
perch to a.
Oh no! Hey, you need help? Like, most unsmooth.
That's a pretty solid Jingles move right there. But yeah, and I'm gonna just make sure that in case shit goes down, because the demon's kind of scary, I want to make sure that Dorian's not alone.
Okay. Cool. Do you? Alright.
Do I have to have her? I
what's
have
going on
the
here,
bag
stealth.
of holding
You have the bag of holding. She's got the
Haversack.
torn haversack.
with some shit.
Some shit. It's actually now just a sack holding things together, kind of like bound.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
For the record, I would not have tried to put the trident in the bag. I would put that on my back, but that's fine. Anyways,
Fair
so just say like the core staff and the trident on my back.
There are other
lute is on my
large
back,
weapons
the
that you guys
guitars and my
have.
thing.
Swords
Sure.
and also.
Do we still have that pole arm, that spear?
From
I
where?
think didn't we give that to the captain?
Did we give him the spear?
I thought.
Oh,
No,
we
we
gave it
got
to him.
everything, but then we traded one thing for the
I
bag
traded the
holding.
spear for the
Okay.
bag of holding.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Right.
say I could have
Okay.
sworn we gave it
So-
to somebody.
It would have been her sword then that would have punctured it because it's still a large
Right.
item.
So, okay.
It's okay.
You
We
don't
need
have
the bag
anything in this
right
bag
now.
you need.
Huh?
That is my bag with everything.
That
Yeah,
is
but
her
like-
bag.
Right,
Bag
but
of
Her
holding
bag
is-
has
Sure.
everything now.
But like you don't need anything to use in order to fight with. Because you're a spellcaster. You have the blade song, but the blade's in the bag, right? Or it's
The blade should be. I mean, the,
blade is
was
currently
in the bag.
The blade is
but-
currently in the
Now it's in the
haversack.
bag, yeah.
It's just again, it's lodged in there, just wrapped around. You can see them sticking out.
Yeah.
But it's used more of
Okay,
a way to
so-
clump up all the weapons together.
Okay, so I'm looking. Oh, it's in the haversack. Okay, so I'm looking back and forth. I see that you're casting fireballs, and I see that Dorian's with you, and I realize that you're probably okay. So I just keep running towards Amalthea.
Okay. You enter the tent now. You're more than You've got enough movement to do so. You have no more.
I say that.
All right, and go ahead and make a perception check as you enter.
Well, all the dice are fucking me, so which one do I roll? 19.
Hey, you found it.
Natural, or it's going to be 24.
24. Okay. You look through, and Amalthea is currently kneeling down over this large gray slump. It looks like Camille. It looks really badly injured. You can barely see the ribs. They're exposed, actually. One area you can see at the actual bone, and she is not moving. You can barely see the tail, just kind of like doing a little bit of a tap against the ground. And Amalthea is just.
I walk over to Amalthea and I put my hand on her shoulder and go, calm down.
No, I can't.
Calm down.
She grabs onto you this time. She just holds onto it really, really tightly.
And I grab her hand and I go, I have something that can help. And I pull out a healing potion. And I just pour it down its throat.
You watch as much as it looks like there's no hope for Camille, as you begin to kind of lift her head up and you pour it down her gullet, you watch the bruising, you watch the cut ear, and then you watch essentially where there was no flesh on top of the bone. And as soon as that's done, you begin to hear a big breath of air from Camille.
And I just put my hand on her chest.
She turns
on the
on
dog's
Camille.
chest, yeah.
you almost lose your balance as
and I hold her and I go, she needs you more than I. And I go.
With your roll though, your perception, you look around this tent. You see a small bag in the far back, and it's
punching.
one of these things.
Get him.
And I walk away. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh!
Straight up murder next session, man.
We'll turn the unfaithful on you.
I walk towards the bag,
mm-hmm.
and in a very theatrical and obviously careful way, I have to I need to tell you carefully.
Fling him from the bag.
No, I take my guitar and I go off the top of the bag, without cutting him, obviously.
Okay.
Like
right.
to just
roll for me a dexterity check.
If it's gonna potentially hit him, I'm not gonna do it. You tell me. If there's a potential I could kill this little creature, I'm not gonna do it.
Might damage.
It's for performance.
It might damage his foof.
Then fuck it. I'm gonna open the bag. God, just let me have one thing.
Roll anyway.
Okay. 2.
You're not using your guitar, but the knot's kind of like difficult, and Amalthea just looks at me. What are you doing over there? What's all?
The little one needs help. He's still tied up.
He should begins to almost get overcome with emotion. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Unceremoniously, now I'll use my guitar and just.
Yeah. Just kind of give a little bit of a backwards motion. It's your guitar's not really jagged, but you do eventually make your way through it. Okay. Helena.
How long has it been since I cast Feinstein?
I would say, 2 rounds?
2 rounds?
3 rounds?
Yeah.
3 rounds?
How many minutes is that?
That's not even a minute.
Yeah, that's like 18 seconds.
Then I'm golden,
12,
so I'm just
18
gonna
seconds.
so I'm gonna continue to head back this way.
Okay. At this point, you do make it up to like right around here, and you see this dead body beneath you. As the horse doesn't care, just kind of stomps on it and moves it over. You see Dorian and Jingles. You can actually see this really bright like beam emanating from Dorian's holy symbol.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of slow Helios down, and I'm gonna hold my position and just observe what he's doing.
Okay. It looks like he's. There seems to be a glow emanating, but also like a flashlight beam.
Do I see what he's directing this at? Okay.
And I may have put her in the wrong place. I was
10.
busy doing Lone Ranger music.
10.
10. From that vantage point, literally you cannot.
Okay. I'm gonna trust that he knows what he's doing, and I'm not gonna like do anything that would disrupt his concentration.
he's not really concentrating. He's casting a spell that you're kind of familiar with, but you don't know just yet. But you know that this when he does this, there is a reason for it. There is a reason, and it's usually dealing with undead or demons and fiends or stuff of that nature. Where, not to say that it's dire, but it is definitely a known thing that you know very, very well what's going on.
Okay, I'm gonna just hold my position then, and then, yeah.
Just stay there?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay. All right. Well, what are you holding your action for?
Basically, to see if he fails, then I will go in and try to do something.
Make an intelligence check.
Okay. Natural one.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Trixie, you're up.
Did the demon make a move in between my last turn and this turn? But I'm encouraging it to.
No, yeah, actually, it did not. I'll let it pass. I'm writing it. I don't know why I didn't write it. Oh, that's why. I put it on the other side. All right. It's staring in your direction, but also now its focus is away from you. As soon as Dorian came up with, it seems to be kind of taken back a little bit of it by the presence of Dorian. Hasn't done anything. You cannot really see it though. You have to kind of peek out from the
But I
flames.
can feel the presence of Jingles here, right? Actually, with my awakened mind.
You can.
Okay, I would like to speak to Jingles and say, should we run? I think we should run. Do you say anything back out loud?
Well,
all of a sudden you're watching Dorian go and you're right.
I was having a moment.
It's me again.
I know.
I know.
I think we need to figure out where the...
From the south again, another explosion.
Yes, in answer to your question, yes, I think we need to run. I think we need to find Amalthea and Dawn-Ash. They ran off towards the north.
Okay, Trixie's going to dash.
You see Hylene right next to you.
Yeah, and as she runs past Hylene, she's going to say, get Jingles. I think we should run. And
am I allowed to get?
Does she know who Jingles is?
Make a perception check. I mean, no, okay. She looks her like a cultist, but you hear her voice. You hear, and the fact that she knows these names, just initially it didn't look good as this cultist ran around, but she spoke up. So go ahead. Yeah.
I don't have a manly vibrato.
That's okay.
There's a demon. We need to run. You should get Jingles. And I'm going to point because although he looks like a cultist. And then...
Can I move?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
Okay, so I get to them. And then I'm going to do the same thing because that was my bonus action. I'm going to hold an action. If the demon comes towards us and chases us, then I'm going to Eldritch Blast it.
Okay. You're watching. Essentially, it's focused now on Dorian.
Yeah, it totally does.
Malthea's turn. She writes. Camille. She kind of whispers it to you and just kind of pets her. She looks at you. Where do we go? What do we do?
And I take Muggsy and I put him on my shoulders and go, we get the rest of the party.
She looks outside. There's a lot of chaos. She's going to. No, you know what?
I grab her by the shoulder and I go, don't do anything stupid again. We stick together.
This is not stupid, Dawn-Ash. She means a lot to me.
I understand that. But you stick with me. Look! I'm bleeding from that whole thing. I go, I was almost defeated by some fucking creature chasing you.
Where is that? Where is it?
I don't know. I don't tend to find out.
She pulls out her weapon again. Come on. She kind of gives a little bit of a tap.
We stick together.
Okay.
And then Muggsy goes,
yeah.
Good boy.
Yeah. And I give him a carrot. Like a horse.
You know what? I feel like he likes carrots.
He just goes.
He might not have a digestive system, but you know what? He'll eat it.
Okay.
How is Muggsy looking?
He's like a food processor. Yeah. You put it in one end and it just comes out processed.
Juice. He's a juicer.
He's a juicer. There we go. We got it. We figured it out.
What should the creature's gonna do with me?
No, Dorian. Oh, okay. Ooh, beautiful. All right. So, Dorian's holding out this thing. You watch this demon go, and like it's almost like its eyes almost glow, and it seems entranced by Dorian as Dorian is walking up to it slowly. Just he yells out in a bellowing voice, "Flee!" With that, the demon just and flies away in the complete opposite direction. Just books it.
So it's gonna come back eventually.
Clerics and paladins.
Tomorrow's problem.
Yeah, exactly.
At this point, you recognize as it just cast command, and essentially turned this beast and ran. It's now flying away. There's nothing else in front of everyone, so it is now. The demon would be going right now, but it's now running, as it is technically charmed. Jingles, it's back to you.
All right. I'm going to nod to Dorian. Very impressive.
You watch this.
Buckle his pants. Sorry.
More
We can do
impressive.
that later, after we're away from the fireball.
The holy symbol begins to kind of just slowly die down. He looks around.
We have to find the others, and we have to find our things, and we have to find Muggsy.
Make a perception check.
14?
14. You do see right through here. You see everyone kind of run out and are you going to be following?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That was my intention.
You watch Camille, Amalthea, Dawn Ash, and Trixie. All
Legs on my shoulders.
She found the dog.
Actually, go ahead and roll a perception check right now.
Is it
Did this work last time? 19.
Okay.
Wow.
You're able
I
to
know.
discern that
I know.
this shorter cultist that doesn't seem to have any kind of damage is in fact someone you know. The eyes almost kind of give it away.
Oh, that's
even
you.
through-
I thought he was talking about me. I was like, excuse me.
Oh well.
Everybody knows me.
And so you know that it is her, and the fact that she's not coming aggressively at you, you know to stay your
So
place.
Don't
I
shoot me.
as you come, I go. Jesus. We have to find Jingles. Where's the rest of the people? Where have you been?
Trixie will point. We have to go.
I agree. Where to?
Can you paint the scene for us?
All right. Make a
What
perce-
do we see? Like, is there any way that we can get out? How thick are the camps?
So it's technically Donna's turn. Go ahead and make it.
18
Make
for
a perception check. You. Actually, you're out of combat. You're out of.
No.
Natural 19. That's 24.
Okay, no, that's good. You still need to make your check. What's your check?
Nice.
Mine was 18.
18. So I assume yours is what?
24.
24? All right.
Come on.
You two can go ahead and make
yourself
your
I
perception
won.
checks as well. You two can make your perception checks
There's a
as
one.
well. Natural 1. Okay.
Me too.
Yeah.
Not even looking around.
I'm looking at
6.
Dorian. It's fine.
6. Now, both of you are kind of looking at Dorian at this point. He's just gone and put his symbol back down. Dorian's looking around. You two begin to scan your surroundings here, and you're watching that a lot of the cultists seem to kind of be devoid of this area now. They don't really care about it too much. They imagine that everyone here is either somewhat dead, and there's still being there's still a hail of barrage from the keep of these giant fireballs that land down. Donish, you notice to the west there is a large battering ram, not manned. There is a trebuchet, also not manned, not any longer. There are several wagons around you. A few of them are severely burnt. There is a cart as well. The wheel seems to be kind of like lopsided, but it is still up. These are your options currently around you.
So this battering ram near the Keep of Zetona.
It's facing the Keep of Zetona. You have a good ways to go. You're about now, instead of 200 yards, it is currently about 120 to 30 yards away from the keep.
Am I correct in assuming that everyone that was manning those things are now like rushing into like the middle of the camp?
A different area, right? They've kind of like taken their losses at this point and are moving to reinforce the other areas if they can.
So going in that direction is the safest possible
At
route?
this point, yes.
Okay.
There seems to be other people around that area. There's more camps or whatnot, right? But there's still a little bit of a scramble.
Is this a covered wagon?
This is a covered. In fact, let me describe it for you. So this large ram is about 20 feet long, about maybe 12 feet wide. It has 4 wheels on either on the total sides there. This large battering ram in the center of this covered ram is being hoisted up by these thick rope that is essentially lined up onto the very top of the top beam. On the top of this ram, on the roof, it's lined with a bunch of furs in order to catch the arrows going through. It is currently unmanned, and it looks like it can be pushed, by a small number of people.
Okay. The wagon next to me is the one I was asking if it was covered.
Oh, that wagon.
Yes.
It's not a covered wagon.
Okay. So there's no point getting in a wagon.
I'm sorry, I thought you said ram.
No, that's good too, though. Good to know. The last question: the top of the covered ram is how far from the top of the keep Zetona, like the wall? Could someone climb the ram and climb up to there?
It doesn't appear to be. You're looking at, as you kind of look ahead of you, you're watching this keep wall. Still like, again, 200 yards out, it is tall.
So it's way taller than the...
Way taller, and this ram is about, maybe, you're looking about 15 feet high at the most. 10 feet where the edge of the ram kind of goes down.
Okay.
And then these furs are just kind of like draping down on the side to kind of protect.
So I look at Trixie, and with Muggsy on top of my back, and with Malthea and Camille next to me, I go, first thing we need to do is get away from the rest of this.
Yes.
That is the most safest route.
Okay.
The most safest.
And I see
the most
that there's
safest.
a little...
Yeah, again,
he grew up in the Underdark.
You also, as a little bit later than he, but you also kind of scan your horizons now, and you notice that the ram, and you notice that there are wagons and other things that are singed somewhat. The wagon.
You said the wagons were covered.
The wagon is not covered. The wagon is not. The ram is.
There's no point. We might as well just run it.
Okay.
In fact, I'll just point out that the ram looks like that,
Fine.
just for you to.
Oh.
Dope.
So.
Soup's dope.
Can I?
Yes, you can.
Do you want to show the camera?
Yeah, show the camera.
Can we-
So
yeah,
people
can
are
we
like,
just
what are
do
they
it?
looking at?
So this little ram here just has a little.
He's so cute.
And
the
for the
wheels
next 20 minutes, we're just
So-
going to play with that.
the
Sleigh.
Yeah.
Let's play D&D, guys.
So at this point, are we kind of like all in the same? Have we moved to the
You're now together.
We're all together?
Yeah, for the most part.
Great. So then out of initiative, I just start...
You're not out of initiative.
Okay. Start running. I go,
Alright.
Yeah.
come with me!
Amalthea
Us
does run up
and
to you.
Jingles, or me and Jingles should pretend like we have captured you in some way.
Fair enough.
Okay.
You
So
lead the
we
way,
do the
then.
best we can to kind of like grab their arms and pretend like we're almost pulling them at a very fast
Still on
pace.
my horse.
Oh, how long is, do we know how long the horse lasts?
10 minutes.
So you can technically have 10 minutes of the
So
horse
if you
pulling.
wanted to get into a wagon,
Okay, wait a
we
second.
could-
Wait a
Yeah.
second. Clarification. Horse lasts until it dies. When you summon it,
you're-
technically,
I
yeah.
thought the spell lasted 10 minutes.
So
No.
the spell
Okay.
takes 10 minutes,
10 minutes
to
to
cast.
Gotcha.
So that's
Okay.
where that's where
This
the
is
where-
confusion was.
So I mean, essentially, you shouldn't have been able to cast it
Okay.
the first time, or even the second time. I'm letting it go now. We know
Gotcha.
going forward that it takes
Yes.
10 minutes to
Okay.
cast. So just
When I
It
saw
wasn't
duration, I thought
integral,
that's
but
what
yes,
how long
well,
lasts.
Well,
Okay.
once he's up, he's good. He's
Okay.
good until he gets hit
Awesome.
by another meteor.
Okay.
Well, in that case...
Yeah.
Is out of character. Is that going to draw attention to us? Because apparently
Yeah.
these people are willing to go and attack people who are disrobing other fucking cultists. So are we going to go put this horse on,
No, I think it'll draw attention. But
So we
is
should
that
not
the
do that.
fastest way? Okay.
I would say,
Unless,
honestly,
of course,
look, I know you
the
guys didn't want to go.
captain of all of you were to be the one riding the horse.
That's a good point. That should probably be.
Honestly, if we want to get out of here fast, I say we find the least damaged wagon, hook Helios up to it, and GTFO.
No, I know that, but
But it's
will
gonna draw a
that
lot of
draw
attention.
attention? Because if cultists are being
If we
drawn to
have-
you disrobing
If we have
people.
you two holding the reins, do either of you know how to do that?
I'm sure I can wing it.
You could just do
Okay.
this, and
We
then she
learned-
could like put her
we
hands
learned
through your
on that
arms and
Yeah, we learn on the fly. We're good. We're totally good. We can do this. This is fine.
All right, well then I go get in the wagon. I take Muggsy and I just toss him into the wagon, really haphazardly. He's fine.
Afterwards.
Okay. Describe how Muggsy lands and how
Make
he
a
looks at
perception check.
Okay.
Because Amalthea is going to try to stealth.
Am I...
Wait, perception? So that's 13.
Perception as well for the rest of us, or just for him?
No, because she's going up to... Alright, so
Fucking
you don't
mouth,
see
yeah.
it. She goes, I couldn't get the rug. I couldn't get the rug. Oh, the vase. It's...
Oh, does she...
No, she's pointing off into the distance, and she pulls out the now torn haversack. I'm sorry. She puts it in the wagon, just kind of drops it in there. I'm so sorry. She goes to Camille, and Camille hops onto the wagon.
So do I notice this? 13?
No.
We have a wagon. We should get them.
She's whispering it to them.
Okay.
How far is the
And
thing
how much do they
from
weigh?
us?
How much do they weigh? Would we be encumbered carrying them?
The on the wagon, no. But
heavy. It's
but
like a
moving it,
70-pound vase.
Yeah, they're...
moving both the vase and the rug between the both of you, you'd be at half movement, but it would take you a little bit of time. You notice that there are cultists running around at this point, and there it seems to you.
It's a fucking rug in a vase.
Perception check.
The kids don't even matter. They disappear in 10 seconds.
Make a perception check.
Mine.
Stop. Yours is still... When got yours?
You don't know.
So perception check to see if there are changes in elevation between here and the gate of the keep.
Go and roll.
Natural 18.
You see where the ram is actually, as you look at this giant wall ahead of you, right? And even though it's still kind of far away, you're not really sure of clarity. You see where this ram is pointing to, though. There seems to be an actual paved way, and it continues on. And as you focus through the night, even through all the fire and all that ahead of you, even through the darkness, you watch it kind of just dip down. The landscape dip down. The causeway there continue to go straight, and then eventually meet up against the wall once again. So imagine now that you have this entire a valley within a valley, much like a moat, but it's just meant to kind of keep everything on the path so that they can either fire onto it and be trained in one area rather than have an onslaught on all fronts.
But it has a path.
There's a big, large, wide, maybe about 30 foot, 40 foot path.
We're not trying to go to the keep. We're trying to get out.
Well,
no, we are going to the keep
Yeah.
because it's the safest route apparently.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Over by the ram. By the
when
ram, the ram is next to the keep of Zetona. That was meant to be ramming the
Yeah.
walls, but everyone
Right.
fled, and
Everyone
everyone
fled,
is
so the
moving away from that
fireballs-
direction.
yeah,
So we are deciding to
fireballs
go
are
that
heading
way.
back.
Okay.
So if you guys are a cultist and driving the cart, I mean, I don't know. They're not going to probably be able to quickly determine where you're going with the trebuchet, but we might get fired upon because you guys are.
We just have to get out of the radius of the camp, and then we can drop all of the cultist shit. That's perfectly fine.
Okay,
Helios
let's
can
do it.
move 120 feet in one dash, and he can drag up to 1,300 pounds.
He's a good horse.
So.
All right, I got an idea. So are we all reconvened in this area?
Actually,
up here?
more where you're over there.
More where I am.
Sorry, he can drag 4,500 pounds.
Oh my god, I love
He's a big boy.
All right, so we're all more where I am, and Amalthea's the tent that had our things in it.
It's over here.
It's over there.
Yeah, and she's pointed you off. She's just
told
you.
Keep is that way.
That way.
That way. Okay.
To the west.
All right.
West.
So which card are we using?
Is it that little guy over
No,
there?
that one right there, yeah.
Whichever one is,
That
too.
was this one.
We have so
That's the
many,
ram,
we have
yeah.
so many pretty objects on the map. That's great.
Dorian will speak up.
That's the ram.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I thought we were just going to be riding in the ram because if we take the ram, we're going towards the keep. No
We're
one's gonna
going
question us.
to the ram. The ram is where we're going.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I thought that it was in our
Nah.
vicinity. Never mind. I'll take it back.
It's about 80 yards. I said yes. Because if the ram is 120 yards away
Okay,
from
I'm
the
so sorry
the keep, then you are about 80 yards away from it.
Okay.
Yes.
Jingles has a sentimental attachment to certain things.
Okay.
He is going to get within 30 feet of the entrance.
Go ahead.
30 feet of the... I can't quite move,
Okay.
but can you move me 30 feet
You're
of the
already
entrance?
within 30 feet of the entrance.
Perfect. Tensor's floating disc underneath the wrapped up vase in the rug.
Okay.
And I am going to get the hell on the wagon.
You got it. Over
And
there.
I'm already hooking Helios up to it and just telepathically explaining to him what's going on.
All jumping on.
And go, go, go! Hey, see? That buys us time. That buys us time.
I see what you did there, Gil. No, I didn't do that on purpose. All right. You guys get on. Make a strength check for Helios. As you start to hear guys around you, just faint, distant.
22.
You guys almost have to hang on to the railings as this thing just takes off. It does not care how much you guys weigh. Just
So I'm just hold on to the range just for show, and I'm gonna be like telepathically communicating with him and telling him where to go.
good. Okay.
I'm saying, where the fuck did this horse come from?
You three, actually you two, make a dexterity check as you're.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
This area currently is nowhere near.
Jeez, how did that happen?
That's cocked.
But that's cocked, yeah. I am also, as I am, and this is probably why I'm going to fail my dex check, but I would like to turn around and make sure that Tensor's disc is in fact coming
Yeah.
coming
So
behind us.
you watch as it's funny because even though technically you would have been jolted forward, the tensor's floating disc kind of almost gives you a little bit of a knowing like tilt.
Yeah.
Like if it knows you're going to be accelerating. Yeah, exactly. Just a little as it goes along, and it just rights itself after a while. 11.
I am fresh,
9.
almost at
12.
Not terrible. A dex check or save?
Save.
Okay.
Save. Okay. Hang on. Sorry, I have the wrong page out. Dex save is a 13.
13. Highlander, you're actually the only one. You begin to, you're as you're guiding this horse, it knows that it wants to go a certain direction. However, it doesn't really know that you're not essentially hanging on to the reins, and you begin to move back. You're moving back. You're moving back. You're moving back. You're at the very, very edge
Can I
now.
do a grapple onto the side of the?
Can I grapple?
Did grapple
You-
Don Ash's face?
you can.
That's
Alright, so I'm gonna grab her by. What are you wearing?
My armor.
Great, your hair. I'm gonna grab her by her hair.
Roll.
Not now, Don Ash.
1
Right.
point of chauvinist damage.
No, it's not chauvinism. I'm grabbing anything I can. It's not like I was like, and cause you're a woman. I was like, that's what the fuck.
Donash take Highland.
Please get my
What is it?
consent first.
What is it?
It's a dexterity check.
That's a 17.
Nice.
A little bit of whiplash damage to you.
Yeah, but
But-
you're on here.
You're essentially now. Actually, how is your hair? You have a braid,
It's
correct?
long, yeah, I have a long braid.
Okay. You.
Wait.
As she's falling backwards, her hair is kind of like dangling under there. You grab it,
Yeah.
and you watch her hair go.
And she's dead.
Don't look, Muxie.
You're both accelerated on this wagon, and you're just.
And I go, tense your neck, tense your neck.
I'm gonna reach my hand out and try to like grab
And I grab.
Yeah.
him or the wagon.
hand, you idiot!
Just barely make it back onto the wagon as this wagon still. As this horse is moving, it's booking it. You eventually arrive at this darkened ram. What do you do when you reach up to it?
Help us!
I'm gonna.
Sir,
We're
there's no one,
gonna
is there?
stop and change, right?
Oh, sorry. I was imagining we were already at the keep. Sorry.
Okay,
I keep
so-
up my disguise.
Help us, battering ram!
Take off this guy.
As soon as we get closer, I think until we get out of
Okay,
the camp.
so I communicate.
Are-
I communicate to Helios telepathically and ask him to slow down.
Okay. Now you watch as the reins kind of like butt up against the horse a little bit, and wherever the muscles are, kind of give it a little bit of a jolt as we can just slow down towards the ram.
If you guys are gonna change, I would do it now.
Yeah, let me double check something.
What is the plan?
Yeah.
I don't.
You
Because
guys,
some of us are almost
you guys
dying
see
here.
various forms in the night now around you. They watched you run up to this ram. Right here.
Shit.
They're a ways away, but they're now beginning to make their way at you.
Okay. Are they impeding our?
No, they're way behind you now.
Oh.
You've gone and
Oh, okay.
You've gone the 80 yards now up to this ram, which is now 100 yards away from the keep. They've
You
seen
said it's a
you.
trebuchet next to us?
There was kind of about now you've moved past it. I would say about 50 yards away from
So when you say what's the plan, I look at the trebuchet and I go, that's the plan.
I won't survive a fall.
But you can help us.
Oh God.
What can you set on fire, Jingles?
No, not fire. Slow fall.
Jesus Christ.
Can you?
These voices in the air. are coming towards you.
I've got.
What are we gonna do? Ram the fucking keep?
Yeah, we can't go in. We have no
can't
help.
attack
Okay,
them.
Then why don't
We
you
need to go to the keep
take
and
your
get
cultist
out.
clothes
But
off
there's
and let
no
us
way
just
to get out.
book it.
It's
Let's
just
book
that-
it to the keep.
Book it
Yeah,
to
stay
the
at the
book-
wagon and
yeah.
get out.
Yeah.
Book it to the keep.
Book it
I
to the
don't
keep.
know if I have.
To what end? It's a closed wall. It's just a road to a wall.
But then we would
No,
go going
there's a
Yeah.
portcullis
There's a
in
gate.
that on that pathway.
And they
That's
would
the
have to
main
go
entrance.
through. They would have to go through the other army to get to
Yeah.
us.
And I can do
But
something
it's
to
closed.
block
Why would they
it.
open it up to 6 random fucking people to an army of people coming behind
I
us?
will-
We have to figure out a way to get up. That
So-
makes no sense.
But
I will-
because we know we're having time, we're making our way there.
Yeah.
So-
So, I will
would
say right
recommend
now, I don't
Yes or no?
Yeah, really, yes or no?
don't
Let me
think
actually
that
paint the picture for
Yes
you.
or no? Because I'm
trebuchet-
about to tell Helios to go.
The trebuchet is not going. We will not all survive. The
Okay,
trebuchet.
everybody, hold on.
Yeah, we will not all
Hold
survive
on
the
tight.
trebuchet.
So I'm gonna tell Helios to book it now.
Because Featherfall is 5.
On the wagon?
We're all on the wagon. I told everybody to hold on.
You're not going on the ram then.
And let me.
Why would we go to the ram?
You guys watch.
We just
there
passed the ram.
from the keep. You see, you're hearing all the various things or whatever. You watch as a giant javelin essentially goes right inside the wagon.
Okay, book it.
Wait, inside? Are we
No, you're
in?
no-
We are booking it.
It is-
I am not deliberating. We are getting the fuck out of here.
He does it. Just
Sorry.
flipping the mics.
This javelin essentially got launched from the keep and is sticking out of the wagon. They see you. They see the keep doesn't know who you are. They're watching you get closer to this ram. They're essentially firing on you as well. Now there are a bunch of cultists in the far background making their way towards you.
I'm gonna turn to Dorian. Is there anything you can do to show them that we are friend?
Not from this distance. We need to get
Get
closer.
closer.
But
Yeah,
we
okay.
also
Get
need
closer.
cover,
Okay.
Hylene. Let's take the ram.
Fine.
Put Helios in front of it.
Okay. Let's do
I'll
this
push
fast.
from the back, and he takes his shield and just begins to. Are we going or not?
Yes, to the ram. Let's go.
Yes,
Everybody
go,
out of
go,
the
go.
wagon to the ram. Let us go.
Yeah.
Grab Muggsy on my back.
Another javelin essentially gets lodged in the back of the ram. Or the wagon.
Okay, so now we're running to the ram.
Yep. You start to
Yeah,
hear.
we're all trying to
You see behind you. There's a bunch of torches. That's where we're gonna end.
God damn it.
Son of a bitch!
Episode.
Ah.
I don't. So now
good
we are
about this.
effectively attacking the keep, as this is what
I'm
it looks
with you.
like.
We'll figure it out.
I
Okay.
think we need to ditch the ram before we get too close, and we need to reveal ourselves. We need to have Dorian,
Yeah.
Hylene, and if there is a symbol, if there's like a symbol of the Athanae, we
both-
drop
yeah, we both
our
have it.
like giant middle finger.
Yeah.
We need to make.
You now
that-
have
yeah.
your equipment back. You have your
Saints
loot. You have all of your equipment essentially. It's all returned to you, including this tension floating disc that is right behind you, about 20 feet, right? 20 or 30 feet.
It
20
stays
feet.
within, I think, 20 feet.
All right. So
Yeah.
as this chaos goes,
Yeah, it keeps within 20
Oh
feet.
behind you, in front of
Wait,
you,
what?
all around you.
Jesus.
Everyone is out to get you. It seems. But we'll
That's what
continue
happens
this
when you're in the middle of a
next.
war and
This
you're
is-
not technically on
What
any
the
side.
fuck with the demon?
I know. Yeah, we're gonna have to address that at
What?
some point because that shit is.
Surprisingly, not our biggest problem right now.
Right?
Yeah.
I know we don't want to get incinerated.
I'm,
That's
like,
kind of
I'm
where we're
holding
at
this.
now.
I'm like still looking at the wound. Like, it was real. It had to be real. Ah, it was real.
I
It was
I
real.
wish that none of us
Hermit
had seen
T.
it.
Gif.
Yeah, right.
No tea, just drinking the tea. Just.
Oh,
right.
right.
Ain't none of my business.
Well,
Oh, boy.
shiza.
Jesus.
We're alive still. That's a good sign.
Yeah,
Yes.
not for long.
I know we might get, covered in boiling oil and tarred and feathered.
I
and,
would have taken my chance with the trebuchet. At least
Yeah.
I can.
and it's still an option, but we're going to have to pick our favorite 5 people.
No, just one. Me. Throw me over. No, I'm not even kidding. I can relay the message.
I was gonna say launch like a flaming thing at them.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
attack the fucking keep.
No,
Why
I
would
was
we attack the
No,
keep?
turn around and attack the people chasing us.
Oh.
The
Alright.
trebuchet
We already
is
have a
currently
ram.
pointed at the keep. It would take a long
Okay, well, never mind then.
time
Yeah.
to turn.
Never mind.
I've got an idea for on the bridge though when we get to that bridge, I've got an idea so that we could at least maybe hopefully show them that we're friends, not
Viewers, chat, vote. What should we do? Because apparently we don't fucking know.
we're in a pickle.
Jeez.
Pickle now.
But
I just imagined what's it called? The Sandlot, when he like runs back and forth between the two bases.
I don't know what
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We are
Thank you.
going to be back next week. Minus a few people, I think.
I think Cat's still out.
Yeah,
Cat's
Cat will still be out.
Cat will still be out.
For sure. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll return next week in this utter chaos that is going on around them. Now it's seemingly both the cultists and the keep are firing on them.
Donna's just like, why the fuck are we here?
It's open to buy everyone.
God.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.